Shakira there, sure. Are you familiar with Shakira's work?
Yeah, I know about Shakira, but hips don't lie. Does that mean when you're born with love handles like I was, that means hips don't lie?
Maybe.
And you'd never get rid of them?
Our experts today brought to you by Motorsport Australia. Shannon's Motorsport Australia Championships this weekend at Sandown. Grab your tickets now at motorsporttickets.com.au.
Yeah, sure. I think you're getting two expressions mixed up, hips and love handles.
Oh, right. Well, they're very close to each other, Tony.
Well, they are. They might start out as the former, but for most of us, they end up as the latter.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's do a bit more of a deeper dive with our experts, Tony Shaw and Jimmy Bartell. Jim, we might start with you on this game. And the big change from round 22 to today was in round 22 at this venue, there was no Jordan De Goey. Now, he has had an unbelievable final series. His two finals have been incredible. What does Sydney do with Jordan De Goey today?
I think Jordan meet Callum, as in Callum Mills meet Jordan De Goey. I think that should happen at the first bounce. And I think both sides won't lose out of that, because De Goey with Callum Mills, it draws one of the Swans' best players and makes him really accountable, because Mills can win the footy himself, but also for the Swans, if Mills can blunt a little bit of De Goey's explosiveness away from the stoppages, he does win the footy himself. So I think both coaches could see that as a really good matchup for both. Physically, they're both about the same height. Probably De Goey's a little bit more explosive, where Mills' work rate around, call it the phone box, if you will, Shorey, those repeat efforts is enormous. He's normally one of their highest tacklers, first possession getters. So I think that's a really good matchup that I'd like to see today, or I guess, being the footy fan. Now, what often happens is they both send, a player not as high calibre to those sort of matchups, but the Swans, their numbers stack up, Shorey. Defensively, we know the Swans have always been magnificent, but how they're doing it differently is they're defending a lot higher. They're getting points off turnover in the front half. And you look at when Melbourne won the premiership, they did that. You look at when Richmond won their premierships, points off turnover, especially in the front half. You've got to be in the top couple for that, and that's the Swans.
Yeah, no, I agree totally. The other thing I think, Jim, even though it was a month away, but I think Collingwood, and I asked Peter Moore this about what they learned from that game. See, if they had played the Sydney Swans in round 3, a lot of things change. Even personnel can change in that period of time. But in the 4 weeks, we've seen both sides play really good finals football. And a couple of things came out of it for me. Paddy McCartan, I think, had 9 intercept marks in that game. That cannot be allowed to happen again. So how they go about that, Collingwood, they've got to find a way around that. Nick Dacos was tagged in that game and didn't have the impact, and we're just hearing the Pies coming out for first onto the ground. The Sydney Swans sort of get the right to be last here.
They're just turning the corner now, so Scott Pendlebury about to make his way out to the SCG. The mighty Magpies with 14,000 strong fans here, make some noise. The Pies are on the SCG. Well, they don't tear through the banner these days. Sure, they just duck underneath it, but they're on the SCG. Fireworks going off. What an atmosphere at the SCG. But your Maggies are out there, sure.
Yeah, and they don't tear through it because they put that much plaster or different tape on it that you can't get through it, even though you might be 20 stone and built like The Rock. But anyway, I was talking about Nick Dacos. They tagged him in that game also. And another thing, a couple of key forwards never touched it for Collingwood. Brody Mychek, he's only kicked 2 goals in 5 matches versus the Swans, and Jamie Elliott went goalless. So they're things that Collingwood have to find, whether it's about how they move from the midfield, Jim, into their forward line to give them more chance. But that intercept mark, you've got to stop that occurring however you do it.
You've got to actually honour the lead early. So if it's even a short one, it doesn't feel or look sexy, I guess, that long raking kick inside the forward line. But that one to get you 60 metres out from goal, what it does is it pays off later. It draws the defenders up. It means both McCartans and Rampy, these sort of guys down back, they don't just get read the eyes and start peeling off. So if you hit a couple up early, they're going to come up and defend, and that's how you get your one-on-ones. Matty, we're seeing the Swans, they're just biding their time, ready to get the crowd all hyped up as they're about to make their way onto the ground.
Yes, It looks like Luke Parker is about to lead them out, the veteran midfielder who had such a big final against Melbourne. Listen to the Swans chant now as they're about to come onto the SCG. There are still thousands of fans trying to get into this venue. So slow getting in, but it is a sellout. It will be jam-packed. The Swans just about to make their way and step onto the turf for the first time. Here they come, the Sydney Swans, led out by Luke Parker.
CG folks, fresh off the break. Here come your Sydney Swans.
Wow, this is an absolute cauldron. What an atmosphere, Shuri. How are you feeling?
Well, I think preliminary final, like we say, anytime you're one game away from playing in a game that you dream about for a long period of time. So both these sides have deserved the right, and both have gone about it really brilliantly during this final series.
All right, we're going to take our final break and come back. We've got the Welcome to Country, the national anthem, and then we get it on the bounce of the football between Sydney and Collingwood, the winner to meet Geelong in the grand final. Don't go anywhere. Thanks to Macca's, 3AW is Finals Football.
Spring cleaning is when homes get a new twinkle in their eye.
A new spring in their step.
A new colour in their cheeks.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
When that shiny truck from 1-800-GOT-JUNK arrives at your house,
it's a sign of a new beginning.
a clean start.
A breath of fresh air.
When your home feels clean and happy,
The people inside feel clean and happy too.
we make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.au.
Kick off the footy finals and score a great deal at Dan Murphy's. Shop unbeatable prices in store or online at danmurphys.com.au. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise. Dan Murphy's.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. National Tiles is the only tile company in Australia to offer a lifetime guarantee on all our tiles. Yes, all National Tiles come with our exclusive lifetime guarantee. So don't risk it. Insist that your tiles are National Tiles to ensure you're covered by our exclusive lifetime guarantee. National Tiles, Australia's only lifetime guarantee tile company. Conditions apply.
Here at Bunnings, we have the lowest prices for your spring lawn.
Time to get your lawn looking great with a Ryobi 1 Plus 18-volt cordless lawnmower kit, only $329. And tidy up the edges with an Azito PXC 18-volt grass trimmer kit for just $119. Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, available for same-day delivery or collection, we'll beat it by 10%. Conditions apply. See website for details.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
As part of Victoria's Big Build, we're duplicating sections of the Hurstbridge line to allow more trains to run more often. We're also building new stations at Greensborough and Montmorency. As we bring the pieces together, buses will replace trains on the Hurstbridge line between McLeod and Hurstbridge until the 19th of September. Avoid delays and check travel at bigbuild.vic.gov.au. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Platform 28 is the perfect place to celebrate footy's big dance and to be able to watch every second no matter where you look. Catch all the action live and loud on the last Saturday in September. Enjoy a food and beverage package from 2 till 6 that includes footy classics such as meat pies and sausage rolls, plus live music post-game. Tickets are just $110 per person, but hurry, they're selling fast. Book now at platform28.com.au. 18 plus event only. Please drink responsibly.
For the best deals on Hyundai, head to Essendon Hyundai Auto Centro. Australia's biggest Hyundai dealer has an array of SUV stock, including the all-new model Palisade and Hyundai Tucsons. Secure yours today. Essendon Hyundai, 340 Wirraway Road, Essendon Fields, LNCT 10270.
Get into boating at JB Marine World, your one-stop boating superstore. Our giant 10-acre site at Brayside has hundreds of new and used boat packages on display, all at the very best prices. Visit 878 Springvale Road, Brayside, or jbmarine.com.au.
Kick off the footy finals and score a great deal at Dan Murphy's. Shop unbeatable prices in store or online at danmurphys.com.au. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise. Dan Murphy's.
Welcome back to the SCG, not too far away from the opening bounce between Sydney and the Magpies. And there is a bit of trouble getting into the venue. There are thousands of people still lining up outside the SCG, so we'll keep you up to date with that. But Tone, conditions-wise, what are we looking at?
Yeah, well, thank you, Matty. All thanks to the Watchdog app, and of course the Watchdog app. Get all your races, greyhound races in Victoria. You can see every vision of them live and free. Just download the Watchdog app. Follow Watchdog Racing on Twitter or Facebook. Magnificent afternoon, 23 degrees at the moment. Going to get down to a low of 18 by the time that it is finished. Little humidity about, but not too bad. Interesting thing though, Shorey, is the wind basically now coming from the west and blowing straight across the ground.
Yep.
For those that are familiar with it, going over from the Brawongle to the Bill O'Reilly stand. So expect a lot of play. Easiest way to describe it is on the outer wing for sure and certain.
Yep.
But it is a great ground. Just repeating the Medi subs. It is Campbell for the Sydney Swans, and it is Nathan Kruger for the Pies. And all of those ground conditions, the ground looks absolutely magnificent this afternoon. The Watchdog app, where you can see downloaded. You can follow Watchdog Racing on Twitter or Facebook.
Hey, Jimmy, the other thing in the round 22 game that Sydney did to Collingwood was take 97 marks. So they stopped that high-pressure game that Collingwood like to play because they just controlled the ball and kept the ball away from them. So how did the Magpies stop that from happening?
Well, you've got to take care of the contest, and then you've got to cut out the initial exit. So that little sideways kick, Sydney will take because they feel comfortable in playing that possession game. They're a very good kicking side, and I think that's been a big improvement for the Swans as well. So you take out the exits, you force the game back into a contest long down the line, and that's how you reignite, that pressure, that contested possession. It also reignites the way Collingwood like to play with a bit of bounce off half back.
Shorey, Lance Franklin in the first final against Melbourne. It wasn't much good against Stephen May, didn't kick a goal. But in the game he played here in round 22 against the Magpies, he was very good. He had 22 disposals, or 15 disposals, and he booted 3 goals that particular day as well. So, expect a big game from him. Who's going to get Buddy, do you think?
Oh, well, if he was deep, you would think Moore would take him. But up the ground, you've got Howe and Murphy. Probably Murphy would run with him, and they might try and get Jeremy Howe into a intercept marking position so he can play off and just try and read the play as well as he can. They can swap those two around, Howe and Murphy, but Darcy Moore just plays deep. He normally does. So if Buddy wants to go up to the wing, they're saying, well, he's not going to kick goals from there. They just don't want him to be the conduit to score, to kick the ball inside 50 and get scores from that. So that's not his. I don't think that's his one wood. But so inside 50, that's how I see the matchup going there. But like I said, up the other end, Brodie, Myercheck, Elliott, these blokes after that round 22 game, they've got to have an impact. And it's more about just getting the ball at any time in the air to ground to get a stoppage. And if both sides do that well, that's going to set up how they defend behind the ball. And that means that they can then keep getting the ball inside 50, and sooner or later, the damn wall breaks, you'd hope.
And Jimmy, the other thing in that round 22 game was Nick Dacos. Now, he's going to have a lot of tagging over his career, but he got some attention that day from Ryan Clark. And how do you break it? I know that day that Craig McRae moved him around a little bit trying to break the tag, but I think that was the first time in a long time that he was really curtailed.
Yeah, you're right, but I don't think you spend the whole entire game running away from the tag. You take the tagger into contest. Sure, you know this really well. You've played on guys who you've had to sort of run with as well. Yep. When they take you to a contest, it's very difficult to keep an eye on your man and the ball. It's not natural. So Dacos, you'd start him in the contest. Then you sort of make your way through it, which is hard to keep up. You keep getting the overlap because you can do that now with the protected zone stuff. So you take some kick-ins, you just knock them up that way. But if you spend the whole entire game trying to get that
away from
the outside ball, that plays in the tag's hands. It's easier to defend when you're 15, 20 metres out in space and you're just going up against the tagger.
Yeah, look, you can put a lot of time in the Nick Dacos, but if you overdo it and you lose goal scoring, and if you're not in control of the ball, it doesn't worry Nick Dacos. He just sits back behind, and the bloke might leave his side, but your side can set up as in team defence better behind the ball. So he's not the only one, But again, when you look at it, you go down the other end, and I'm thinking about Jagowie. What happens when he goes forward? Who goes to him when he goes forward? It's probably going to be Lloyd. You would think would go to him. Rampy, maybe they might try and get him off, and both McCartans take the Cox Cameron or Brodie Myercheck, and either one of them could go to Elliott anyway. So it's going to be a great game tactically to see how they all set up. And I saw Nick Dacos, matter of fact, was kicking a goal in the warm-up, so they might have that in mind to push him forward quick if it wasn't working.
Alrighty, we're about to head downstairs for the Welcome to Country and the National Anthem. Seeing Jordan Nagowie out there, outstanding again last week in that final against Fremantle, 24 touches, 10 score involvements against Fremantle, and he was big, of course, against the Cats a couple of weeks ago. So the two teams standing ready and waiting as we head downstairs.
Toyota welcome you to the second preliminary final between the Sydney Swans and Collingwood Magpies. The AFL would like to acknowledge the Biddigal and Gadigal clans who occupy the Sydney coast and pay our respects to elders past and present. We acknowledge we play our great game on this land and respect the cultures of all First Peoples, their contribution to our nation and contribution to the great game of Australian rules football. To conduct an official Welcome to Country, please welcome Nolene Timbery, Chair of La Perouse Aboriginal Land Council.
The Welcome to Country is a ceremony recognising the cultural and spiritual connection to country and an opportunity to reaffirm our ongoing relationship to our land and waterways. The ceremony allows us to pay respect to our elders, to reflect on our history and to build a vision for a prosperous and reconciled future. I'm proud to be from the La Perouse Aboriginal community at Botany Bay, and like many of my community, have traditional and cultural connections to coastal Sydney, the Illawarra and the Shoalhaven. I would like to acknowledge the Gadigal and Bidjigal clans, who are the traditional occupants of the land we gather on. I ask that you join me in paying respects to Gadigal and Bidjigal elders, past and present, and on their behalf, I welcome you here today. This area of Sydney is significant to my community as a place to gather, compete and celebrate. Not too far from here, my ancestors gathered from Broken Bay, Botany Bay and the Illawarra for important conflict, ceremony and corroboree. The neighbouring areas around here were even used as seasonal Aboriginal camps right up until the early part of the 20th century. On behalf of the La Perouse Local Aboriginal Land Council, my ancestors and my people, I welcome you all here and I hope that you respect this land as my people have since the beginning of time. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Nolene Timbery, for that wonderful Welcome to Country. Now, if you are able, would you please now rise and join with the coaches, players and umpires for the Australian National Anthem to be performed by the very talented Hugh Sheridan.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Yes, spine-tingling stuff as per usual. There's not a spare seat in the house ahead of this one between Sydney and Collingwood, the winner to meet Geelong in the grand final next week. Let's get some final thoughts from Jimmy Bartell and Tony Shaw before the opening bounce. Jimmy, who are you tipping and what sort of a margin today, do you reckon?
Swans by 1 point. I think we'll get down to a kick after the siren, and this time the power will stay on in the 3AW commentary box.
So a kick after the siren. Shorey, what's your heart say? What's your head say?
Well, my heart always says Collingwood, of course, but I just think the Sydney Swans have done it so well over the last 10 weeks, so I'm going to pick Collingwood by 1 point, Jimmy.
After the siren?
No, just prior to, so we can just save the heart a little bit.
Give us the prime movers, Jimmy. Who do you reckon we'll be talking about after this game as the men that got it done?
I think it'll be Parker and Mills in the middle, the two usual suspects. They just do everything well. We talk about midfielders who play both sides of the ball, using that NFL term. They defend hard, they win the contested footy, but both of them provide so much attacking punch. And then you throw in the Chad Warner. His stats actually match up, surprisingly, to the likes of Bontempelli. I don't think people realise how dangerous he is this year. But for the Pies, I think Scott Fenelbury, he's calm, composure, setting up both the Dacoses as well. And we know the Goey, he does perform well with the big crowd.
Our Saturday Experts brought to you by Motorsport Australia. Shannon's Motorsport Australia Championships this weekend at Sandown. Grab your tickets, motorsportticket.com.au, as the players move to their positions, and it will be the Sydney Swans heading to the Randwick end in the opening quarter, or as you're used to watching it on telly, the right of screen, and Collingwood to attack the Paddington end in the first term. Gee, what an atmosphere, and it just makes for a terrific atmosphere, Tone, when you both have Sydney and Collingwood supporters here.
Yeah.
So, mostly Sydney, but there's about 14,000 or so Magpie supporters as well, and they are going to make plenty of noise. We're set to go here at the SCG. The winner of this one will go through and play Geelong in the grand final next week. 3AW footy, well, with thanks to Macca's. It's first bounce time for McSpicy's range at Macca's. How's that for a kick? And it's the Swans and the Magpies, and Tony Leonard's going to get us underway.
Yeah, thank you very much. So everything in readiness. This is it, 2.5 hours later. A life changer awaits one of these two sides. Will it be Sydney? Will it be Collingwood? Collingwood to the Paddington end. Sydney to the Randwick end. First quarter action, all thanks to Shell v Power. We're underway with an excellent bounce as Hickey took it off the ruck. Quick handball, row bottom. Sydney deep into attack. Reed at the back. Ball bounces over. Darcy Moore, who just pushes it out of bounds safely enough, but it's against the left behind post. Randwick end. Sydney first into attack, going 20 seconds. It'll be Reed and Darcy Cameron. Ball comes back into play. Cameron, front of the pack. Double Palmer. Handball over the top. Nice bounce. Josh Dacos had it, lost it. Mills there. Forward pocket. Sydney into attack. Close to the boundary line. Quaynor handballs over the top. Gets the right bounce. Shorey. Ball goes out of bounds. Still inside attacking 50 for the Sydney Swans. Tone about 40 metres around at half forward left.
Yeah, we've got Rampy's gone to Johnson, which is an interesting matchup. Paddy McCartan's gone to Mason Cox at the moment.
Ball thrown back into play just inside the 50 for Sydney. Reed, clean possession out of the ruck, and he was tackled. Papley picked it up, and he was tackled as soon as he took possession. And the umpire will come in and ball it up just inside the 50 for Sydney. A couple of Swan supporters thinking that Papley was taken high. Nothing doing there. Well, Reed again, clean possession out of the ruck. Gives it to Rowbottom. Rowbottom, quick snap towards goal. It was a flyer, but it was out to the right-hand side and through for a minor. And that's the first score of the afternoon. To Rowbottom, Sydney are one behind. And the Magpies get the score on the Shell v Power scoreboard.
So, Jim, going minute and a half, first score of the game, are behind to the Swans.
Yeah, Clark has gone to Dacos earlier, as we expected, and Maynard started in the middle to take Papley, but he also then went to Callum Mills, so I think Maynard will play a lot more through the middle of the ground today.
The young man that's carried so much, Nick Dacos, kicks in to half-back, knocked forward, that time into the hands of Heaney. Shepherd free kick, advantage paid. Parker allowed to run onto it and bang it home. Play stops, the advantage rule all the time, Jim. You grab him, it's 50, you let him go, that's the result. Parker with a goal and we are away. First goal of the afternoon
All thanks to ResMed. Awaken your best with ResMed. resmed.com.au. And what a champion. We talk about durable players, which I know we do for Honda late in the day. Luke Parker would be in every discussion in every game he's played, Jim.
Yeah, absolute star, and that's where he can hurt you. And I touched on this just before the bounce. Their midfielders, they respect the opposition at the stoppage, but as soon as they get a sniff that they can join in attack, they do that. They hit the scoreboard, or they create inside forward 50s, and he just got on the end of it. And I agree with you, good buddy. The advantage rule, if he kicks it and it's not his, that's 50 against the Swans.
Yes, that's right.
But he goes ahead, and Collingwood's swinging around going, is it ours?
Shell v Power scoreboard 7-0. Swans lead 2.5 gone first quarter.
Vicky wins it down, taking a Pendlebury. His handball was charged down by Papley. He'll go back in after it again. Crisp to the Goey. The Goey couldn't get hold of it. Side bottom can though for Collingwood. He pokes the kick to half forward, but Blakey is back there to take the mark. True centre half back for Sydney. So Blakey just holds it up. Eyes darting left and right. He's going to come out to the member side. Now he'll change his mind at the last moment and go out to the Bill O'Reilly side of the ground. And it's a good choice because Heaney comes up, takes the mark inside the 50. Franklin 2 to beat. And Maynard was one of those two for the Magpies and takes the mark deep in defence.
Yeah, Tone probably need to pull a little off the kick to make it a 2-on-2 then.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Maynard Franklin went deep to the square. That's an amazing matchup. So Morris has gone the read. So he's staying on Franklin too, so that might be the matchup for the day.
Well,
3.5.
Sorry, Tony, he started in the centre bounce, Maynard, so
he's full back now.
He's doing his best Mark Blitz halves.
Nearly 4 minutes gone first quarter. Collins House online clock 7-0. Swans have it at half forward and lead by the 7 points. Inside 50, Mills, deft tap inside 50. Moore gets back, handball, slow to release that time. Was Chris, quick clearance that time then from Cameron. Fine side bottom, half back, running to go, he marks, holds up, waits for some support, round the body to the wing on the Brawongle stand side. Good, in fact, excellent use of the body that time then. Taken by Myercheck, goes long for the Pies.
He does, inside the 50. No mark to Johnson. McCready comes on the football. McCready gives the handball to Ginnivan, who was taken high, and that one was clear cut.
Well,
that was Dylan Stevens. Free kick going to Ginnivan.
That is a bad free kick by Stevens, because you know what? Ginnivan stood up, which probably surprised him. That is just going so high, you'd not need it from the youngster.
Yeah, just looking on the Bunnings replay, he did dip the shoulder, but you're right. Like, if you know he's going to go low, you've got to get down near his waist anyway.
Too high, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's there.
Jack Ginnivan lining up the goal here. Men on the mark is 49. Tight angle coming in from the members' side to the Paddington end for the Magpies. For their first score of the afternoon. Not bad. It's across the face. Offhand still alive momentarily. McInerney, he's able to gather, and then he clears it for Sydney. He goes up the outer side, almost to mark the Howe. He goes after it again at ground level. Mad scramble for it. Haywood is in there. Reid in there for Sydney. And Crisp is in there for the Magpies. Pendlebury eventually handcuffed by Haywood. And the umpire will come in and ball it up in the middle of the SCG with Sydney 1-1-7 and the Magpies get the score. Shell v Power scoreboard.
Yeah, it is 6 minutes gone. Ball in the middle of the ground. Darcy Cameron tries to flip it out the back. Effective enough. The 200 gamer Crisp can't get onto it. Ball bobbing around, middle of the ground. Thought Rowbottom drew the high contact. He got a kick away in the Franklin direction. Players crash at centre half forward. Sydney into attack. Papley's got it, able to get time. Go long. It's going to be a stray though. Deep in defence. Howe has the ball. Heaney looks back, wondering where he was going to. Short pass to Moore. True centre half back. Maynard. But made a nice bounce. Get a looping handball, and the Pies are now out. Pendlebury, middle of the ground, frees his man running forward.
That's Nick Dacos, loops it to him, inside the 50 goes. Dacos wants the mark. Knocked away by Blakey. Ground ball to be won. Sydney trying to push it forward. Parker, he got Pendlebury without the footy. Free kick. Magpies, it'll go to the skipper. So Scott Pendlebury will take it. He's just inside the centre square. Half forward for the Pies. And he slowly and calmly goes back to take his free.
Johnson had to come at Nick Dacos that occasion. The youngster, he's got to learn. Come at the ball carrier.
So here is Pendlebury. He puts it to that hop spot. Oh, Cox got one hand to it. Couldn't take the mark. Ground ball to be won. Myercheck a little kick away, but Sydney should be able to take it out. Lloyd is the man clearing. He goes looking for Franklin, and then it tumbles out of bounds.
Oh.
We'll have a throw in. Maynard and Franklin going at it. Up against the fence. There's been a whistle. And the umpire says, just cool it, guys.
It's out of bounds. It's a final, Matty.
And we're going to have a throw in about 75, 80 metres around for the Magpie goal. Sure, you love it.
As if you'd ever stop from getting a cheapie with the players out of the field. Ball on the wing. Easton are out of side. 7-0 in favour of the Swans. Pendlebury's kick touched and deflected to Luke Parker. A little one-handed handball to McInerney, back to Parker. Heaney's got to beat 3. Near enough did it. Bounce eludes him. Pendlebury slick handball. Dacos on the wing was legged. Play on the call this time. Mills and Heaney. A lot of handball taking place. Parker middle of the ground of the Swans. That's better. Finds Franklin. Wants to move it on quickly. Oh, man alone and unattended. Reed between wing and half forward. 55 metres out. Hayward calls for it to be long. So does Stevens of the Swans. He tapped it down. He followed it up with a magnificent goal. Collingwood defence caught out that time. Dylan Stevens with a goal of the day thanks to Sheen panel service. Had an accident. Call Sheen first. 1-300 repair. 2-1-13 the Sydney Swans with goals to Luke Parker, the first goal of the day for Resmed, Dylan Stevens. And let's just have a look at that replay then. All thanks to Bunnings supporting the Honda lawn and garden power equipment. Jim, did the Collingwood defence, because he was outnumbered, Stephen, just do a bit of ball watching then?
Well, he slid down the fat side or the open side of the ground there on the wing or the interchange side that he's come down, and Reed's kick, it just set it an advantage. He got the jump on his winger, and then Ginnivan was trying to help as a half forward pushing up, but he just followed the play down, and as the ball went to Reed on the opposite flank, he already had the 10-metre head start coming inside forward 50.
Sydney with the first couple of goals. We're back in the middle, and they're going to get the clearance. The Swans again. Warner inside the 50. Murphy gets back for the Magpies to take the mark. Handball away to Howe. Howe comes out to the Barongal side of the SCG, and Bianco takes the mark at left half back. So Bianco holds. Looks to the corridor. I think he'll do the more conservative thing and go down the line. Quaynor had to stand up to the pressure coming at him and took the mark. He's still just on the defensive side of the wing. And Sydney are well set up behind the ball. Quaynor called to go. And now he kicks it to half forward. Target will be Cameron. Couldn't take it. Ginnivan picks up the loose ball. Couldn't make connection with his boot though as he went to kick it. And then Mychek was wrapped up by Mills in the tackle. And the umpire to come in and ball it up. It's just inside the 50 for the Pies. Then no score. Sydney at 2-1-13.
Yeah, on the Shell V Power scoreboard, the unbeatable fuel is Shell V Power 98. Halfback Sydney. Warner trying to break a tackle of 3. Just a little ugly in there at the moment. Sydney lead 13-0. Collingwood now have it inside 50. But Lloyd and Florent combined to Stevens. Broke a tackle. Arch the back. Kicks it long to the wing. Sydney have got the outnumber here. They've got a 3-on-2, and they're going to make it pay as Goulden goes over the top. Find its way to Heaney. 65 out against the boundary line, and he's kicked it out on the full. And Jim, I know this is bleedingly obvious, but all the players in the competition, they kick it out onto the full without a great deal of pressure. Isaac Heaney would be in the last 2 or 3.
Yeah, I agree. He was trying to absolutely launch it out the back. He had a Swans player who was just getting further and further away from him. Collingwood had got back in numbers, so just tried to overkick it.
Free kick to Howe. Howe to the Barongal wing that time. Excellent grab in front for Foodworks. And that's by the very fine young recruit Ash Johnson taking it. Shell V Power scoreboard tone. 11 gone first quarter, 13-0 in favour of the Swans.
I think they've got to move this quicker and have faith in your one-on-ones up the ground, get some yardage and fight another day. Too slow.
Yeah, it goes to half forward. It's been picked off by Hickey, who takes the mark for Sydney at half back. And 50 metre penalty.
Yeah.
Not too sure, Jimmy, what that was for.
And Mychek's there in the area.
You know,
he didn't stand. He was just wandering around.
Okay, so the stand will come into play there. Hickey's got it just inside the square, half forward. He punches inside the 50 for Sydney. Oh, Franklin was up, couldn't take it. It's Rogue. Oh, what a kick from Ryan Clark. He's kicked the goal. What a snap from the pocket. He knew as soon as it left the boot. And Ryan Clark has kicked Sydney's 3rd. And they're off to a cracking start here at the SCG. 3-1-19. The Magpies are yet to score. And that's on the Shell V Power scoreboard. Here's Jimmy Bartell on 3AW Football.
Yeah, Big Budweiser got squashed. He thought the ball was going to land in his chest, but he got crunched from the Collingwood defence. But this is important. Ryan Clark doing the tagging or run with roll as a forward, obviously on Dacos, and he's you still got to make those players accountable. He's still got to defend you coming in, and Clark worked extremely hard to get front and square, and he had too much time and space with his front and square as the ball came in.
Hey, Jim, I got to ask a question about this Maynard move. You've got blokes who've played at fullback like Moore, Murphy, and Maynard can run with the ball off half. I think you're taking away a massive strength, and someone else can do the role. We'll see how it works out.
Play restarts, middle of the ground. Sydney off to a flyer, 3-1-19. Collingwood yet to score. The kick at that time from Crisp was absolutely launched at, though, by Florent at halfback. Got the ball off to Clark. Again, Sydney into attack. A lot of holding taking place. Franklin had it, comes off hands, one behind.
Oh, it's a goal.
Holding.
It might be a goal.
It might be a goal. Let's just have a look to come off hands. First up, Jim, it was a free to Franklin there.
I believe it's a behind. Can we just check if the attacker kicked it before it crossed the line?
I believe it's a behind.
Behind, yeah.
Score review. Umpire's call is a behind. Please check.
Let's have a look. This replay, all thanks to Bunnings. Bunnings Warehouse, make your lawn the best on ground this September.
McDonald was very casual in his attempt to give it a little toe poke through, so I'm pretty sure it must have been through.
I tell you what, I am worried about this Franklin matchup already. That was a hole in the man against Maynard. He's got Maynard's strong, but I reckon it's just taken away a strength that you can cover with someone else, and then if it had to go that way, go back there again.
I wonder if we've got an issue with the Archie. We're getting some pictures of it now, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, this will make Damien Hardwick happy. Oh, just
review complete. Looking at this angle, you can see the ball crosses the back of the goal line before being kicked through. Decision on the scoreboard.
So the Shelby Power scoreboard, as expected, moves up after 14 minutes, 3-2-20.
Score is a behind, guys. Score is a behind.
To Collingwood yet to score. 14 minutes gone, first quarter action to Collins House. Let Dominic Alafati's team help grow your wealth. 20-0, it is all the Sydney Swans at the moment. Matty?
Here's Darcy Moore to bring the ball back into play for the Magpies. Goes short to Maynard. Maynard thought about the short one. Goes wider though to Noble. Noble takes it at right half back. On the outer side as he looks up that Bill O'Reilly stand wing. The umpire tells him to go. So a big long kick coming from Noble. Pack of players fly for it. Comes off hands of Myercheck. Reed back there to butter up. His handball, though, went over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in on centre wing, Shorey.
Tell you what, this early in the game, they've already taken away Collingwood's dare. They're making them kick up the line, not allowing any switch of play, which they want to widen the ground. Collingwood, not happening.
Neutral territory on the eastern wing. Side bottom, just paddles it in front of him, tries to get the ball to Crisp. Goulden, though, good tackle. Just smothers everything, Jim. We get a stop. It's basically in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, I agree with Shorey. The Swans, it's an in-tight game. Then they find the little release mark. It's just playing Swans footy at the moment.
Cox gets the tap. There's no real clearance. Although Warner, through a pack, got a little handball away. Halfback win to Collingwood to go. He's scrubbing kick toward the wing. It is taken. Neat handball found its way to Blakey, to Parker. Kept the arms up, freed them. He kicks a stray, taken by Noble. High tackle, free kick. But somehow I can't help but think, Tone, that was intentional from Reed as Noble looked to break. And he's going to try and break now, but again going wide and wide and wide is still Noble. Out on the full free kick to the Swans. At halfback on the outer side. And Jim, for First National Real Estate, any little stat appearing 16 minutes gone first quarter that you find interesting?
Just Luke Parker dominating. He's leading all possession getters at the moment. The game's being played the way he loves it.
Here's Reed on the wing, handball to Warner, who goes into Papley, takes the mark just beyond the 50. So Tommy Papley, a little busy forward, will go back. Now, whether or not he's got the legs to go here, I think he has got the journey in him, Shorey, but let's see what the little man can do.
Yeah, well, he'll come out to the right and try and slingshot it unless he tries to set it up. He knows this ground really well.
He's going to have to unload from outside the 50. It's on its way, or it's a beautiful kick. Oh, it's a great kick. He's flushed it straight through the middle for Tom Papley. And the Swans just keep on keeping on. What a start this is. 4-2-26. The Magpies are yet to score. And Jimmy Bartell, the Swans have jumped them.
Yeah, absolutely playing the game on their terms. And We touched on it before. Like Parker's had 5 touches but kicks. Heaney's had 5 touches. All the important players, Warner, Rowbottom, their midfielders just getting hands on the footy, but they're probably being, for me, Shorey, just a bit more composed. They're taking the ball one grab. They're actually beating that first tackle, which is allowing then the next player, if they choose, to get out or at least square their shoulders towards goal. So even in that build-up there, Warner's got a little bit of space and then he can sum up and just hit Papley up.
Well, Jim, Sam Reid, this is a renaissance.
It is.
How he's playing, clearly fit and everything like that. As the ball is bounced, going to be recalled. But Jim, his work in the last 6 to 8 weeks, along with all of his teammates, has been outstanding.
Well, he's that ruck forward, isn't he? When Hickey steps out of the ruck, he can come and give you some good minutes, but we know he can float behind the footy and take a mark as well.
26-0 in favour of the Swans. Restart, middle of the ground, taken by Pendlebury, long inside 50. It's a good kick off Cameron's hands. Sydney Swans defence, will it hold firm this time? It's taken by Paddy McCartan. He is grabbed, brought to the ground.
Key forwards for Collingwood. You can see they're looking at each other, trying who's got the space. Just go at the ball, make a contest and worry about what happens when it hits the ground.
Reid got the tap away. My check is grabbed for the 3rd time. Tone, keep going. Another stoppage takes place, 40 out from Collingwood's goal.
You can't hesitate. If you hit your own teammate out of the way to mark the ball, go and do it.
So Reid, the tap to the side. Rampy, quick handball that time, gets to Mills, back to the wing it goes. Nick Dacos is tackled, about to be slung by Papley. Now Howe's too slow, red hot, has to be a Swans free kick.
Red hot, all right.
Let it go! Stand, Jeremy!
I don't know that Howe was helped by a tough handball. Clark gets the free kick, he gets it to Franklin. Franklin's kick goes long to half forward. Hayward through traffic, gets a handball away. Papley's got it. Noble, outstanding tackle, and he dropped the ball. Well, he got a little toe poke to it. Noble wants to move it quickly from the Brawongle to the Noble stand. Effective it was. Finds side bottom half back, but it's 26-0. Swans dominating.
Here he goes for Hoskin Elliott. He spills the beans. Blakey picks it up for Sydney. Nice work by Sidebottom to intervene. It'll come to Cameron of the Magpies. The big man puts it onto the boot and kicks it to left half forward. It's a bit of a chaos ball coming in. He should be able to sort it out. Tom McCartan got the handball back to Rampy. And Rampy sends a sky ball back out to the outer side wing. No mark. Mills, good at ground level. Handball to Warner. Warner paces away with a Sharon. Good kick to the corridor. He gets Hayward. And Hayward now can load up.
Heaney's on here. He's just come off the interchange bench.
He's going to go there. Oh, and he flew. Nice work by Moore to get a spoil in. And Moore will just butter up and gather at ground level. He's got time. Oh, no, he's gone. Rowbottom's come at him. He got it away in the nick of time. Lucky there for Darcy Moore. And then Howe clears it. He goes out to the members' wing. And Lipinski has it now for the Magpies.
Yeah, good pass. 20 up the ground. Finds to going. Collingwood want to build something. They're trailed 26-0. Deep into attack they go yet again. Flying high, Fox didn't get any fingerprints on it. Ginnivan, did he get the high contact? He's trying to break a tackle. It should be a free against him. Tried to do too much. He's dropped it. Red hot. Sorry, Jim, for using the expression red hot. A, that's the footy in the preliminary finals, you'd well know. But B, they were absolutely 2 great tackles by the Sydney defence, winning a free kick.
Yep, all over them. They've had 14 tackles to Collingwood's 10, but it's actually turning into turnovers. So they've already turned the footy over 14 times.
Time on being played. Paddy McCartan's long kick almost to the wing. De Goey just pushed off the ball. Stevens of Sydney's there. Might have got one in the back from Bianco. Umpire says no, Tone. And we get a stoppage. We're 21 minutes gone on the Collins House clock, first quarter. Sure, it's 26-0 in favour of the Swans.
Got to find a mark inside 50, lower the eyes, or just get it deeper and deeper.
Comes from Jordan De Goey. It was tackled. Rowbottom.
How would you describe that?
Will take the free. And they take them down in Sydney and put it out in the full. So it'll be a Magpie ball. Be taken at left half back by Jeremy Howe. And, the Maggies are going to get something going. 4-2-26. Pies are yet to score deep in the opening quarter. 3W Finals footy comes in. Ball to Quaynor, bit of danger in the kick, but it gets to his man. Quaynor takes it and shuffles back over his mark. Called to play on. He kicks it to half forward. The pack of players. Cox had hands to it. Mills. Handball to Hickey at ground level. Now to Blakey. Now to Rowbottom. Rowbottom in congestion. Got the kick away. Ricochets to Pendlebury. Pendlebury under gather. He looks up. He kicks it inside the 50. It's a good kick. Ginnivan couldn't take the mark. It was coming at him at a rapid rate of knots. and the Swans able to clear it. They come out to the member side again where Heaney can't take it on the bounce. Quaynor gets there, got high contact, free kick. Quaynor will take the free kick on the wing for the Pies. There, no score. Sydney at 4-2-26 shall be power scoreboard.
Yep. So we get to the 22-minute mark. All Sydney to start the quarter. Quaynor, basically Brawangal wing to the Paddington Den they go. Beyond centre half forward. Cox gets a great run at it and completes the mark. Best mark of the day so far, all thanks to Foodworks, shop local and safe. Wants to pass it off. That's a good effort to Cameron. Didn't take it. It stays down there. It's a goal. It's a goal to Collingwood. Hoskin Elliott. The umpire went a long way across. So Collingwood finally on the board. They're one straight. 6 points. Sydney 4-2-26. Shelby power scoreboard. And well, look, he got the desired result.
Well, Mason Cox, he went hard at the ball. He had a one-on-one. Collingwood have been so hesitant of getting it in. They look up, they're thinking, who can we kick to? Don't worry, kick it to an area. If you've got one-on-ones and there's 4-on-4, at least get the contest deep, or at least try and allow a Collingwood player to run it. He did that well, and that's how he fed the ball off. He was never going to kick it from 50.
Yeah, it was a good target, good mark by Mason Cox. They're on the board, at least the Magpies. One straight 6, Sydney at 4-2-26. Late in this opening quarter, prelim final from the SCG. A packed house, and Sydney are off to a good start, but finally the Maggies are on the board. We're back in the middle. Cox wins the ruck decisively. Parker goes chasing, picks it up, handball to Mills. Mills now will kick it out to the Bill O'Reilly side wing. Side bottom, good spoil. Warner, ground little ball to be won. Handball to Blakey. Blakey kicks inside the 50. Kick was disrupted. Quaynor wins it back. Handball to Pinsky. Lipinski goes out very wide here. Bianco able to take it before it went out, but then the kick was beat. And Jamie Elliott, a long way from home, takes it at half back.
Yeah, goes to the wing. Lipinski takes the mark. Moving it a little bit more confidently now, the Pies, trailing by 20 points at the 24-minute mark. To half forward the ball goes. At the back, Mills took it. Quick hands to Lloyd, to Hickey, under pressure. Kicked it as high and as far as he could, which was about 20 metres up and 20 metres along. Fell to Crisp, wants to get rid of it quickly. Sydney well placed at half-back. Tom McCartan, good pass, not quite to the wing. Florence got it. Mills wants it, he's calling for it. But umpire said no, so just slow play it along the boundary line. Fine, Steve. How many for Mills at the moment, Jim, for First National Real Estate?
He's had half a dozen. Good buddy.
Stevens. Wing half forward it goes. McDonald gets a run at it. Front of the pack, Nick Dacos. Good handball to Pendlebury. Excellent one to Crisp. Moving it hard now to Lipinski. To McCreary. Has a bounce. Runs to 55. Vacant goal square. It goes across the face. If they can keep it alive, the Pies, no, they can't. They had a 2-on-1 about 15 metres out. But again, don't want to make it as bleedingly. It's 26-6. Sydney by 20 points. Collingwood into attack. Sure, it's Pendlebury or nothing at the moment for them.
Yeah, he's doing it in midfield.
Ball thrown back into play. Sydney forward pocket. In it comes. Side bottom chases after it. Close to the boundary line. Fox was able to keep it in. He kicks it back to the Bill O'Reilly side wing. Moore was there with a spoil. On read. Ball out. We'll have a throw in. It's forward to the wing favouring Collingwood, who have just started to get their game together a bit, Tony Shaw.
Yeah, they're just getting a bit more cleaner out of the midfield. They've been under pressure, and Jimmy called it early. Swans have been cleaner in that area, but the last 5 minutes the Pies have lifted.
Ball thrown back into play. Cox and Hickey both had a piece of it. And then Cox goes after it. Mills gets there first. His handball missed the target. Picked up Lipinski. Handball to Cameron of the Magpies. The big man kicks to the pocket where Elliott takes the mark. And Jamie Elliott got high contact, in fact. That he was in a great spot when it comes in quick. He's reliable, and Jamie Elliott will go back and line up for the Pies second. He's 30 out, 45-degree angle.
Just a haphazard kick forward. Again, they won the clearance pretty well. And you don't mind that as a forward. You don't need to have it on a silver platter every time it comes in.
You should not have a problem with this. The goal kicker, Jamie Elliott. He moves in. He'll kick from about 35 metres. Elliott for the Magpies second. Yes, he kicks it. So the Pies have got a bit of momentum. They've kicked the last couple. They're 2 straight 12. Sydney a 4-2-26. Shell V-Power scoreboard. Jimmy Bartell on 3AW Football.
Well, sure, he was spot on. You just take the contest. You've got to back your forwards in, let them go to work, and it's actually speed to get one-on-one. So I know Cameron's kick wasn't great, but it was just quick, and you force the defence to make errors. A free kick, you could pay the mark nearly, but you put them under pressure, back your forwards to go to work, and at least then it gives you an opportunity to play the game in your half.
So 14 points, was 26-0. Consecutive goals to the Pies. And we're 27 minutes in first quarter. Collins house clock. And the final has certainly settled down. The Pies have certainly settled down. As this wonderful crowd, 48,000 in. Play restarts middle of the ground. The umpire takes a tumble. Papley broke away from the middle of the ground. Long kick, inside attacking 50. Franklin, chance for Reid at the back of it, bounces up, it's just bouncing away from him. Great effort, Quain, or body on body. His handball missed. Warner tries to spear one through to Franklin, to Heaney. Ball spills to Clark, lost it in a tackle. Well done, Pies. Defensively, they've held up. Ball goes back to Warner. Sidestepped his man, kicks around the body. Chance for Franklin, it's bounced through anyway. Kidding. That is from a part of the anatomy where the sun don't shine. He will never ever do that again. As good a goal as it was for Sheen panel service. And the Sydney Swans go to 5-2-32. The Collingwood Magpies, 2 straight 12. 20 points the margin. And for Chad, Jim, he is a very good footballer, but that had more than just a tinge of luck.
That is the best goal for you, big buddy. That was sensational, mate. I'm serious. Where the sun don't shine, you got it right.
He can't go around carrying on like he meant it. Like he's turning to the crowd going, look at me, look at me. It's landed pretty much at the base of the point post and somehow managed to get through. Chad, you did not mean that. But take it. Anyway. He's been excellent in this first quarter. He's had the 7 touches and he's a goal a game type of player and sets up a lot of goals.
Sydney by 20, Crisp rips it out of the middle. He comes out of the stoppage and goes deep for goal. It might bounce through. He's got it. Jack Crisp from the middle goes bang. Just what they needed, Collingwood, to try and lift them. Took it from the middle, landed the 50 and went for home and salutes. Collingwood to 3 straight 18, Sydney 5-2-32, 29-minute mark of the opening quarter, Tony Shaw.
Well, they won the set of bounces in round 22, 16-7, the Pies, but they only kicked 1 point from that, and now they get this clearance and they kick the goal. Just brilliant play. He's been in fantastic form, Chris. Well, he's been in fantastic form his whole career, but that was just pure. Get the ball, tap it into your area, the follow-up, and we keep saying whether this 50-metre arc at Sydney is always 50 metres. But he can kick a long goal on the run.
Well, they say in real estate terms, 50 metres in Melbourne's about 37 in Sydney. Just didn't think it carried through to the SCG. 14-point margin in favour of the Swans, 30 gone. First quarter, Shelby Power scoreboard. Collingwood punched the ball forward. Again, Lloyd had it, lost it, won it back. Got it to Papley, handball defensively under pressure. Back to Florent, misses Hickey on the way through and turned over. Side bottom just charged through, kicked it on the half volley toward half forward, beats everyone running for it and out of bounds. Inside 50, the fans, both sets, getting into absolute full voice now, understanding that it has settled down beautifully. 45 metres out, half forward right, Paddington in, Collingwood into attack. They trail by 14 points, tossed in. Hickey brings it to the front of the pack. Row bottom, a little clearance. Heaney's just pushed fair square in the back. Umpire said no.
A bit of body on body, I thought.
All right, okay, rightio. Murphy gets the mark then on the wing out of side.
So Murphy to put the ball back inside the 50 for the Magpies. Where's the big mark? Myercheck had 4 to beat that time. Hayward at ground level. Handball away to Lloyd. Lloyd now to Hayward. Couldn't take it. Josh Dacos. He'll get a look at the goals. No, his kick was smothered. After it, Lipinski, he tried to get the handball to Pendlebury, didn't get to him. Sydney have got some numbers here. Florent was able to get the footy and just throw it into the boot. Out to the outer side wing. Sidebottom leading in the race. Franklin's got him as soon as he took possession and took it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in on the Bill O'Reilly side wing.
Free kick,
Sydney player down Umpires paid a free kick to the Swans.
So where was this off the ball?
It's McInerney. Now, what's happened after it? Let's have a look for Bunnings.
So McInerney's got the free. I think it might have been Maynard. Just laid a bump on him. So McInerney with the free kick for Sydney. He goes short and Mills has the footy. He's forward at the outer side wing.
He is to the Randwick end, leading by 14 points. Mills' kick for the Swans. Deep forward, pocket, Reid at the back marks. Going to be a tough enough shot for the left footer, but more than kickable. 25 metres out. Half forward left. Half forward pocket left. And the result is about 5 or 6 metres in from the boundary line. So I bet the right foot will bring it round his body, I should say, and he has 6-goal Reid, whose wonderful post-season just continues on. Once again, it's out to 20. 6-2-38 at Sydney. 3 goals straight, 18, that's Collingwood. And with 33 minutes in the first quarter for Shelby Power.
Well, that's inexcusable. That's inexcusable from the key defenders. With Buddy out of that area, you got Reid with Murphy and Howe. You just got to kill that. And to just reach over the top like that wasn't good enough. Their efficiency inside 50 is going to be a real issue if they're getting enough supply like this.
Yeah, it was an easy mark.
You also had Cameron there, It's got to be better than that.
Hey, Jim, you got an inside 50 for us first quarter, please? All thanks to First National Real Estate.
I do. It's 15-16, actually Collingwood's way.
20-point margin in favour of the Swans deep in the quarter. In fact, we're inside the last minute. Back in the middle we go. Pendlebury trying to gather it in. Parker, though, he was tackled aggressively by DeGoey, and the umpire will have it again.
That's the issue. 15 inside 50 for 6 goals. That's what I'm talking about efficiency-wise.
Umpire throws it up in the air. Cameron wings it for Collingwood. Went straight to McInerney, though. McInerney inside the 50. Buddy comes out, charging out, and hugs in the mark. 45 out directly in front. Quaynor was in his road. He wasn't going to get into his path because the big man was coming, and he'll go back and line up.
I'll say it again, Jim. I know they're trying something different, but the thing about that's where Maynard would probably be if he was playing as a half-back, up the ground a little bit on a medium-sized forward. I just swap it over and go with the talls on the talls and go from there.
So Lance Franklin comes in on the siren, 48 out directly in front. He's missed to the right-hand side. And a minor to finish the quarter. 6-3-39 Sydney. Collingwood at 3 straight 18. Goals to Jad Warner, Dylan Stevens, Ryan Clark, Tom Papley, Callum Mills and Luke Parker for the Magpies. Jamie Elliott has one. Jack Crisp has one, as does Will Austin Elliott. So quarter time at the SCG, and it's Sydney with a nice little lead. 21-point lead in fact, 6-3-39. Collingwood 3 straight 18. 3W footy, all with thanks to Maccas. Don't forget, score a 1 in 4 chance to win with a Monopoly game at Maccas ends the 18th of October. This is 3W Finals Football.
Score a great deal at Dan Murphy's for the footy finals. Beat the crowd and shop online at danmurphys.com.au for delivery in under 2 hours or pick up in under 30 minutes. Kick off the footy finals at Dan Murphy's. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise.
This car's earning money. So's this car. Car Next Door is the app that lets you earn money by renting your car out to locals. Be one of the first 300 people to list an eligible car using promo code EARNIT before September 25, and you'll earn at least $1,500 in your first 3 months. For T's and C's, visit carnextdoor.com.au/cars. There's never been a better time to start earning.
For some people, mornings are the best part of the day. But for many others, it can be a real challenge. That's because to wake up well, you need to know how to sleep well. ResMed has been helping Aussies make every morning a good morning for over 30 years. So if you have trouble sleeping or you wake up feeling tired, why not take a free sleep assessment at resmed.com.au to find out more. ResMed, proud partner of the 2022 AFL Final Series on 3AW Football.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
A wide range of front doors. Only at Doors Plus.
Doors Plus, no fuss, no fuss.
Plus, we can fit, paint, stain and deliver. Doors Plus, no fuss.
Well, right now, thousands of Aussie blokes are getting healthier and losing weight by simply enjoying amazing food from Light and Easy. No shakes, no classes, just a huge range of delicious meals. The guys love to eat, perfectly portioned and delivered straight to your door. And Light and Easy can even offer 100% money-back guarantee on your first order. If you're still not convinced, right now, Light and Easy is giving new customers the chance to sample 3 days' worth of breakfast, lunch and dinner and snacks for the special price of $65. Visit lightandeasy.com.au/men for all the details, or call them 13 15 12 and mention this offer. Jumpstart your health today. lightandeasy.com.au/men.
Do you have dentures and find them uncomfortable or inconvenient? Are you having problems eating due to missing or broken down teeth? Do you want to smile confidently in public? For a permanent solution, call Casey Smiles on 5996 6273 to book a free implant consultation.
For over 50 years, Australian-owned family company Fisher Plastic Products has earned a reputation for quality plastic storage solution products for industrial, medical, education, commercial and domestic uses. View our products online at fisherplastics.com.au.
Kick off the footy finals and score a great deal at Dan Murphy's. Shop unbeatable prices in store or online at danmurphys.com.au. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise. Dan Murphy's.
3AW Footy Highlights.
Knocked forward, that time into the hands of Heaney. Shepherd free kick advantage paid. Parker allowed to run onto it and bang it home.
Oh, Franklin was up, couldn't take it. It's Rode. Oh, what a kick from Ryan Clark. He's kicked the goal. What a snap from the pocket. It's Reid on the wing, handball to Warner, who goes into Papley, takes the mark just beyond the 50. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. It's a great kick. He's flushed it. And kicks to the pocket where Elliott takes the mark. For the Magpies second. Yes, he kicks it.
Defensively, they've held up. Ball goes back to Warner. Sidestepped his man. Kicks around the body. Chance for Franklin. It's bounced through anyway. That is from the part of the anatomy where the sun don't shine.
Sydney by 20. Chris rips it out of the middle. He comes out of the stoppage and goes deep. The goal. It might bounce through. Yeah. He's got it. Jack Chris from the middle goes bang.
Quarter time here at the SCG, 6:39 Sydney to 3 straight 18 Collingwood. Brought to you by Macca's. It's first bounce for the McSpicy range at Macca's. How's that for a kick? What is the Sydney Swans almost crowd anthem? Sweet Caroline ringing the ground. Tony Shaw, go to you first, Jim. The stats that really matter from the first quarter. All thanks to First National Real Estate. Their team of real estate experts will put you first.
Yes, Swans plus 14 in disposals, inside forward 50s even, but Shorey touched on this is the efficiency going inside forward 50. They've scored 50% of the time, so they've just been able to pick their way through it. That's led around the ground. Because they've been clean in their initial possession, they've been able to release the next player. Their disposal efficiency 75%, to Collingwood 65%, so they've been able to apply pressure, but they've been composed under pressure themselves, Shuri.
Yeah, they've also forced the turnovers too, intercept turnovers, so that's one area. I thought Collingwood had a 7 or 8 minute spell there where they really took the game on. They got forward from the contest and just kicked the ball inside 50 to get some quick one-on-ones. I'm just having a look at Nick Dacos. Clark still got that job. Jimmy, can you tell me, I didn't have much of it in that quarter, I wouldn't have thought. And if you did, it wasn't really anything that hurt you.
No, and the good thing, as we mentioned with Clark, he's taking actually Dacos to dangerous positions to make him defend, which then it's harder for him to get involved in the overlap. He's physical with him. The Swans teammates, whenever they see Dacos, they're just bumping into him. So it's not only Clark's got the job, but the whole team's trying to help Clark do that role.
Second quarter then, Sydney by 21. Magpies with a bit of work to do. And we restart the middle. The bounce is not the best. The umpire will recall it.
A little bit of an anti-climax, isn't it? You know?
Absolutely. What a great atmosphere we've got here. Just a packed house. Everyone enjoying it. Plenty of Magpie supporters as well. Cox slaps it on to Goey. He couldn't run onto the football. Cox backs it up. Handball to Crisp. Handball over the top, Lipinski. Lipinski to Elliott. Elliott for goal. And he's kicked it straight out of the middle for Collingwood.
What a clearance.
That's the way to start a quarter. And the Magpies are on the board first. 4 straight 24 in this second term. And the Swans are 6-3, 39. Here's Tony Shaw on 3W Football.
Oh, what a clearance. You know, you think about you need something to get the emotion going. It was a pretty hard first quarter. I tell you, Lipinski's had a little impact on this with his calmness and poise with his handball and short kicking. When others are really, he's playing a high forward. He's really set a couple of goals up for Collingwood.
Just from the
well
start.
done to Mason Cox too, Tone.
Yeah, my word. Jim, that's how you want it, and that's very much the trademark of Collingwood, and it's not stopping today.
Yep, just surge the ball forward. Crisp, there he gets the ball in his hand. He's taking the game forward. And I'm with Shuri. Lipinski, even though he started on the bench, he's been probably the most calm of the midfielders.
15 points is Sydney's lead. Minute gone, second quarter on the Collins House clock. Sydney's turn to break. Warner from the middle. High kick, 2-on-2, top of the square. Franklin got a run at it. And Lance has clawed it 20 out dead in front. And talk about the quick replies. Franklin no more than 25 out. Haven't gone 2 minutes yet. We might see a goal from both teams within that 2 minutes.
We might see a change too in one area.
Near enough dead in front, Lance Franklin for the 7th goal of the Swans. 7-3, 45 to 4 straight 24. 19-point lead to the Sydney Swans. All thanks to Robot Building Supplies. Robot's got it. They deliver. robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
What do you do about it, Shuri?
I think you've got to change. I understand what they tried, but I'm thinking Maynard is playing out of a zone. He's giving away a lot of height. You've got the best fullback, or one of the best in the comp there. You've got Howe and Murphy, who are bigger bodies and play defensively, and Maynard gives you run. So you're taking away strength to play against a man who's going to outbody you a hell of a lot. I just don't understand. I can see you can go with those sort of things early, but I think you can identify this now. I'm not sure about you, Jimmy, but I think you can identify it now.
Sorry, I got distracted just looking at the Bunnings replay screen. Maynard, after that, when he started rubbing Buddy Franklin's arms, going, how much oil have you got on these things?
Trying to get the oil off. De Goey tackle from the middle. And they jump on the share, and it's forward of the centre circle favouring Sydney.
Well, he didn't feel the oil when he took the mark. His hands were that far from it.
Hey, Jim, 4 flake and larger chips.
Ball thrown up again. Again, De Goey giving the round to the kitchen and the tackle. And again, the umpire will come in and ball it up. 21-point lead to the Swans. As the umpire will throw it up in the air again. Cox and Hickey. Cox wins it decisively. After it, Josh Dacus now for Sydney. A bit of tangle there. Worked by Goulden, was able to get boot the ball in congestion. Chris picks it up now for Collingwood. Throws it onto the boot. Kicks the half forward. Myercheck can run onto this. It sits beautifully for him. Quick kick. Top of the goal square. And Paddy McCartan's got it covered. He's kicked though, ricocheted. He's got support. Lloyd is back there. They won't concede. Fox kept it in.
They should.
And he'll get it back. Fox almost dragged down. Johnson laid the tackle. Now Tom McCartan. He's in trouble. They need the boundary line, Sydney. They might get it. Yes, Tom McCartan will walk it over. Good pressure by Magpies. And we'll have that throw in 30 around for the Pies goal.
It was 1 inch away, Tony, from me, or ending very sadly for the Swans.
Why didn't they just walk it over? They didn't know the rules under pressure, Tone.
35-40 out. Collingwood into attack. Half forward left to the Randwick end. 19-point margin in favour of the Swans. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. McInerney goes hard. Side bottom there. Releases it. Ball just bobbing around between about the 30 and 40 metres out dead in front of Collingwood's goal. We get another stoppage. 7-3, 45 to 4 straight 24. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. Sydney by 21 points. My apologies. Second quarter action. And Hickey, who's having a wonderful final series, kicks it long into the arms of Franklin. Maynard pursues him. Got out of trouble. Little grubber kick. High risk. Comes off. Goes to Mills. Handball forward of the middle. Clark slung but broke a tackle. The pass is on and found Reid. Hey, Jim, 3 or 4 things. Reed's just going to pass it on deep into the forward pocket. And Goulden's got it. 3 or 4 things could have ended badly for the Swans in the last minute and a half, and it's all come off.
Yeah, they just keep taking the game on. They've got this will to take the game forward. I know we thought they should have rushed the footy, but the instruction is get out of our back 50, put the Collingwood backs under pressure with ball movement and speed, but they've been rewarded. Errol
Goulden to kick around the body for the Swans, 8th from 45 metres out, looks thin. One behind, 7-4, 46-22 the margin in favour of the Swans. Robot Building Supply scoreboard, Collingwood 4 straight, 24. Sure, 11 scoring shots to 4 in favour of the Swans, 22-point margin.
Yeah, look, the thing about it, the margin isn't an issue at the moment, so you still think you're in the game and stay with your own setups, I'm believing at the moment.
Maynard kicks it to the wing and then Sidebottom sockets it off the ground toward the boundary line it goes. They get some meterage as Chris just works it over, being pursued that time by Mills. Will have a throw in. It's between wing and half forward for the Magpies now on the Barongal side of the SCG. Sydney by 22 points. So Cox and Hickey will tangle again in the ruck. Neither got real purchase on it. Then Cox did well to back it up and punch it forward. Lloyd gives to Florent. Florent back to Blakey. Blakey under pressure, just unloads with a kick, and Sidebottom has got it covered with the chest mark on the wing.
Yeah, he's got it. 7 minutes gone, second quarter. Collins House clock tells us Sydney 22 in front, but Sidebottom of Collingwood to within about 30 metres. Mychek gets a run at it. It's a free kick.
That's
Collingwood.
A free kick, Shepherd.
And seen by the umpire, Tone, and Darcy Cameron to take it.
Looks like Blakey off the ball. Didn't he? Gee, I thought Cameron just ran in the Blakey. It wasn't his fault, he just stood his ground. Let's have a look, see if he does. Yeah, he did bump. He did bump.
That's a Shepherd.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Cameron has the footy. Tight angle shot. Blakey in disbelief, but just might have got caught then. 35 metres out. Half forward right. To the Randwick end. Ball on its way for Collingwood's 5th. He's done it. Great kicking, keeping the Pies in at their 5 straight 30. Sydney 7-4, 46 on the Robot Building Supply scoreboard.
Well, he is a bit unlucky, Blakey. The more you watch it, it's not like he's really stepped into him. It's sure, big ruckman, they just run around with their head up in the clouds a bit. And Cameron ran into him more than anything, and that's why he went to ground pretty easily. But umpires are red hot on stopping players having a run and jump at the footy.
Well, the one thing about this now, and I just said it before, the only thing that was saving Collingwood from making changes is that they were still close on the scoreboard. It's up to 14 points now, so even 22 was manageable. And while you're in that, you've got the belief like they do in last quarters, but they'd be hoping that would be the case, but you'd like to just get closer again.
Back to a 16-point margin now in favour of Sydney. Restart back in the middle. Hickey and Cox going at it again. Cox went too early. Hickey tried to handball it away, gets control of it now. He does handball it to Parker, who fashions a kick to half forward. Rowbottom couldn't take it for Sydney. Picked up by Chris. Handball Sidebottom. Handball to Quaynor. Had to kick under pressure. To half forward it goes. Tom McCartan takes the mark for Sydney at centre half back. Going to flare it out wide to Lloyd. And Lloyd will go back over his mark. He looks to the centre corridor. He looks to the wing. He's going to go wider. Out to Blakey. Blakey now. He will kick to the members' wing. Good adjustment of the kick to Mills. And Mills takes the mark. Backward of centre wing. Thought about the handball to Blakey. Thought better of it. Umpire tells him to go, so he's going to have to kick it to half forward. And he's got Hickey moving for him, and the big ruckman able to take it. Oh no.
Yeah, he did.
It's been paid, or there could have been a chopping of the arms, but Hickey has got the football nonetheless. So he's got it about 75 from home for Sydney as he punches it up inside the 50. No one can take the mark. Comes to Parker. Parker, quick kick. And it's out to the left-hand side and bouncing through for a boundary throw in left forward pocket for Sydney.
I'm just seeing if Maynard's still on the ground because they've made a change now. Howe's gone to Buddy Franklin. Maynard has gone to Papley. So he's got another big task with him.
Ball thrown back into play. Swans in their left forward pocket. Cox wins it down. Pepley emerges with it, snaps, and Pepley has missed. So dangerous at those stoppages inside 50. Tommy Pepley, but that one results in a point. You cannot let him go. 7-5-47, Collingwood 5 straight 30.
Up the middle of the ground, the Pies go. Don't like the kick. It's coming back in a matter of moments.
No, Shepherd, the Pies.
Good spot then, Tone. Crisp to get the free kick. I would have thought it was beyond him anyway. Crisp keeps it low. Ginnivan a chance, marks. 55 metres out. Elliott leads ignored. He's going to go short and wide and effective, and it's well executed, young man. As McCreery was able to run onto it dead in front. And he's now, we know he can kick it, Shuri. He's 48 out dead in front, round weekend. 17 the margin. Genuine chance for the Pies now to get it under 2 goals. Sydney have dominated early, 12 scoring shots to 5. Accurate kicking from the Pies as McCreery. 48 out, dead in front, distance is fine. Have a listen to that black and white roar. McCreery goals, the belief rises, and the final living up to every expectation. 7-5-47 Sydney, 6 straight 36 the Pies, 11 points to margin. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard, Jim, they've got it, they deliver. robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
Yeah, Blakey's free kick was just silly and a lack of awareness, but you've got to tip your cap to Ginnivan. I heard you, Shorey, almost groan in approval. His composure, he identified the space and he brought McCreery into it. So he looked like he was going to kick it long to the goal square and then just pulled the kick, which forced McCreery to run into that space.
Have a change, Tony Short?
Yeah, no, they've made it now. Howe's gone to Buddy Franklin. I just think it's better because you can get Maynard now to hopefully run off his man and gives you more run out of the back half.
So Magpies into their game now, but Hickey takes it cleanly out of the ruck from the middle, then kicks inside the 50. Franklin!
But Buddy might do it to anybody.
But Buddy is too good for a lot of players. Sure, it doesn't matter who he's on. Franklin was the man in front, brings down the mark, and he's 49 from home, just right of centre.
Oh, he's a freak, this bloke. That was a floaty kick, and Howe was behind. He loves to come from behind. He doesn't like to take front position. And Buddy just read it better.
So Buddy Franklin is going to come in and kick. And he'll kick from just inside the 50. Franklin's kick on its way. Oh, yes. Straight through the middle for Buddy. He's got 2. And the Swans go to 8-5-53. Collingwood 6 straight 36. Robot Building Supply scoreboard. Jimmy Bartell on 3AW Finals Football.
Well, you know why Hal is starting off the back of Buddy, because Buddy's kicked that many goals, but it's not normally the big run and jump high mark that he gets them. So Hal's probably thinking, I can take a few metres here. Because it was such a floater from Hickey, it just dropped short and he just didn't get a chance to run and spoil at it. But centre bounce goals, it's turning into an exciting game, especially out of the middle.
Margin back out to 17 in favour of the Swans. 8-5 to 6 straight, 53 to 36. We're at the 14-minute mark of the second quarter. Collins House, Clocklick, Dominic Elifaci's team helped grow your wealth. Back in the middle of the ground. Swans win a clearance. It's a free kick to the Swans. And it's going to go back to Warner. So Warner, straight up the middle of the ground. It's working so far and he's done that. Sydney again, deep into attack. Reid gets a run at it. Howe, the big fist, going across the face of goal, runs out of bounds. Good spot though, Shorey. For Sydney to set up here. It's only 20 around from their goal up at the Bradman or Paddington end.
Just trying to see who's going to go for the ruck. It looks like Heaney's going to go up against Mason Cox. Is he in the ruck here?
Yep, he's dominated. Cox got the slap away. McInerney's got it. Handball against the boundary line taken by Mills. To the top of the square. Franklin's got away from his man again. Oh, a chance for Rowbottom to run in and goal.
The Franklin impact.
We are at the Matty, the 15-minute mark of the second quarter. We've had 15 goals kicked. Sydney 9-5-59, Collingwood 6 straight 36. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. And sure, he spoke about the impact.
Yeah.
3 defenders went to Franklin that time, able to get a fist onto it.
Well, if you're smart enough, you get it to that area, and if it's not Franklin, it's Reid, and that's what happened. The long kick in, I think it was by Mills from the boundary.
It was.
And he took 3 of them, buddy, and they all fell down, and Rowbottom runs into an easy goal.
Well, when they get it inside 50, the Swans are the best team in the competition scoring once they get it in there. And they're back out to a 23-point lead. So, he returned to the middle. Reid doing the ruck work now for Sydney. Cox went far too early. Reid trying to take it cleanly. Josh Dacos trying to get hold of the footy. It'll be Crisp though to get it and get the centre clearance. Inside the 50 for Collingwood. Elliott comes to the footy. Couldn't take the mark. Waiting down Fox. Handball Tom McCartan. Tom McCartan goes out wide to the outer side wing. Goulden has taken a one-hander, if you don't mind.
One of the great marks of the year.
Outstanding under pressure, reeled it in with a one hand. That was a cracker. He'll get it back from Mills, back to Goulden. And the kick is a bullet to the corridor for Warner. Exquisite stuff. Great skills all round there from Errol Goulden. And then Warner will go out wide. And then Mills has the football. He's on the outer side wing. Sydney holding a 23-point lead.
Yeah. Decided not that time to go up the middle. So now the Swans can bang it to within 20 metres of goal. Franklin at the front of the pack. Good defensive mark, Cox. 9-5-59 Sydney, 6 straight 36 Collingwood. 17 gone in the second quarter as Cox looks to the outer wing. They've got Myercheck on a long lead that time and a good mark. Wanted to move it on quickly, but nothing really doing up the ground, so has to wait.
Ash Johnson just so stagnant behind the ball. You've got to come at the ball carrier, mate, and you know, at least give your teammate the space behind you.
Worked it through well, though, Tone, because Lipinski was left alone, middle of the ground. Long kick toward half forward. Elliott off the back, takes it against the boundary line. Squares it, round the body it goes. Blakey to get back and mark, though. So Blakey can go short to Rampy would be the option, I'd have thought.
No, we can find a harder one.
No, he found Rampy.
Yeah, he normally likes to find a second one.
And Ginnivan moved to step off the mark.
Oh, this is killing me.
And they were absolutely held up, the Swans, in the back pocket.
You know.
And that's 50 metres, which looks like about 80 on any other ground. Rampy's got it. He'll give it back to Blakey. Along the Brawonga wing they go. Now to the middle of the ground. Mills having a beauty. Takes it. Long for Sydney again. They're deep into attack. A lot of holding taking place. Off the pack. Stevens has got it. Wants to get onto the left boot. Has to handball it away to Hayward. Round the body it goes. Moore's there. Happy to push it through. Concede the behind. Even 4-goal margin in favour of the Swans at the 19-minute mark, second quarter. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard 9-6-60 Sydney to 6 straight 36.
Did you see the replay on Bunnings replay then, Jimmy?
Yeah.
This is the final.
Here's Quayne Orr from the middle. Handball Josh Dacos, who was tackled. Loose ball comes to Warner. Warner with the outside of the boot. That was well pulled, that kick. And Papley is able to take the mark just beyond the 50. So Tommy Papley, the lead's on. Oh, almost the mark that time to Logan McDonald. Bounced off his chest and over the boundary line, throwing 30 around from Sydney's goal.
Following the action, Tone, what make your point about...
No, well, Jimmy called it before I did, but he just went up to the mark. There's no 50 metre in that. It's just embarrassing for the game. Anyway, it could go on both sides. It's not just because it's Collingwood there.
Throw in, Papley. Duffy said that time was tackled. The umpire didn't buy into it. We're going to have a ball up. You're right, Jimmy. We'll have that 45 metres out from Sydney's goal.
Who lead by 24 points, the Swans. Heaney, quiet, just absolutely yanked off the ball and didn't have it. Play on still the call. Win to Collingwood, halfback as Cripp to Noble. The kick close to the boundary line. Thought Hoskin Elliott might have run out of bounds. Crowd up there did too. He'd give it to Josh Dacos. Ball goes back to the wing. Decisive punch goes to Warner. Handball to Goulden. Kept the eyes on the ball low with a neat pick up as well. Moore comes across, knocks it to the boundary line. Ball out of bounds. But again, Jim, Sydney find a way inside 50. 15 scoring shots to 6, 24-point margin. And Jim, they really should be a lot further in front, the Swans, simple as that.
Yeah, but Collingwood keep boxing on. They need to get Josh Dacos involved. He only just had his second touch then.
Heaney doing the ruck work with Cox. Ball spilling around at half-back. Oh, dangerous kick. Noble takes it. Good handball. Found its way to Darcy Moore. McInerney, I thought he infringed on Bianco. He did. And a kick at half-back. Might have been much in it. But a free kick to Bianco. He'll go very close to the boundary line on the Baronga wing.
He does, members side. It's off the hands of Murphy and over that boundary line. We'll have a throw in and we can take a breath. It's 4 of the wing favouring Sydney.
Pilot medical update. Boys, pilot.com.au. Level up your health men with Pilot. We can see on the boundary line, just getting a lot of vigorous work on his thighs, is Sam Reid.
Hickey knocks it down for that boundary throw in. Rowbottom tackled as soon as he took possession. And we'll have a ball up. Tony Shaw, Jimmy Bartell with us, all thanks to Motorsport Australia. As the umpire will throw the ball back up again.
Cox free kick.
Cox was impeded. Advantage taken by Jordan DeGoey. Handball Josh Dacos. Josh Dacos, the half forward. Hoskin Elliott with a beautiful kick. Takes the mark and turn and go to McCreary, who takes it in a good spot. And McCreary can go back and line up. 40 out directly in front.
Well, Jimmy Bartell called they had to get Josh Dacos involved. That's his third possession, and you can see why once he had the kick, just the vision to get it long and wide, and that just splits the defence up. McCreary coming in for his second.
So Bo McCreary, they have kicked beautifully. Collingwood keeping themselves in the game. Comes in and kicks from 45 metres out and delivers. He gets his second. And the Magpies stay in touch. So they go to 7 straight to 9 goals, 6. 7 straight 42 to 9-6, 60. 22-minute mark of the second quarter. And that is on the Robot Building Supply scoreboard. Here is Tony Shaw on 3AW Football.
Yeah, I've got to give some credit here. Mason Cox, I reckon he's been brilliant. He's tapping round the ground. He's followed up a number of times, and he's just getting the ball, the motion of the ball, or momentum going towards goal, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he's actually been really good since being moved to the ruck. It's actually helped with a bit of his marking and positioning, and we know at the SCG you can get a lot of stoppages. So I like the change. As we said, we can get Josh Dacos involved. It brings everybody else involved because he wants to take the game on.
Play restarts, middle of the ground. 16 goals in total have been scored. Sydney by 18 points. No clear possession this time, so secondary ball up to take place in the middle of the ground. We're at the 23-minute mark, second quarter. Sydney 60, Collingwood 42. Tossed up, Hickey gets the tap back of the pack. Bianco read it well and kicked it quickly. Inside attacking 50 again. It is Tom McCartan knocking the ball away as the pack of players just collapse on top of the footy at centre-half forward. Collingwood into attack.
Gee, that was brilliant then, Tony. At that centre bounce, Bianco came from the wing and Hoskin Elliott came from the half forward to take the wing position. So he protected that front area of the contest and won it himself, Bianco.
Cox the tap. Ginnivan goes in hard. He's over the ball. He's unable to release. And another stoppage takes place. Matty still at centre forward. Collingwood into attack. 24-minute mark, second quarter. Sydney by 18 points.
Ball up again. Comes to Rowbottom. Rowbottom quickly under the boot. More sky ball. There's some holding on there. It'll be a free kick to Sydney against Quaynor. And it'll go to Isaac Heaney. Quaynor was holding on. So Heaney's got it on the outer side wing. Can kick it long inside the 50. Oh, Warner!
Too easy.
That was easy stuff. It was Elliott who was back there. Warner was in prime position. Just put the hands in the back to support himself and took the mark comfortably, and he'll go back and line up from 45. What happened there, Shorey?
Well, it's just a flat inside 50 kick. If it had height, because it had some speed on it, it's just a little push in the back, a little move in the body.
Chad Warner on its way. He's missed to the right-hand side. So Warner with a minor, 9-7-61 to 7 straight 42 in favour of Sydney, 24-minute mark of the second.
Still wasting chances, Sydney. So nice kick in for the Pies. Halfback Moore takes the grab. 61 to 42. Franklin's missed one. You would have thought he would get Warner. That was most gettable. Inside 50, they just knock it round to Howe. This is an excellent kick. Side bottom's got a weight on it. Good defensive punch that time. McInerney didn't give away a free kick. Ball's coming back. No advance. Oh, it's 50 metres, I think, for a gobful. And this should be a certain goal coming up to the Swans.
Howe just did not have enough speed on the ball to get it to side bottom, and that's where the intercept came. And I don't know who gave the 50, but gee, in a game like this.
Steele was close. You'd think he'd be the cooler head.
Maynard, short price favourite.
Thank you very much. The late money for
anybody else.
25 out. Papley goals.
Third 50-metre penalty.
10-7-67 the Swans, and that's just giving away. That was basically gifting the Sydney Swans a goal to 7 straight 42. It's 25 points the margin. On the Robot Building Supply scoreboard, sorry, Jim, go.
No, Maynard coming to the bench, and I know you love a get around them when they kick a goal. The often telltale sign when someone gives away a 50, which costs a goal, is the reverse get around them, where it's we're with you here, mate. Chin up, next one.
I'll tell you what, there wasn't much in the free kick.
Hey, Jim, that old life lesson: success is many fathers, and failure is an orphan.
Yes,
and that's what happened there.
Yeah, Evan Papley got around him.
Yeah, Papley's the one saying, "Chin up, mate, do it again." 25 points Sydney leads by.
Oh, here's a go. Another ball up, but let me tell you, in a final, to get free kicks as easy as that, it's just not on. And you've got to be, as an umpire, you just got to know the situation of how hard finals are. That was Tiggy Touchwood.
And the club psych, sorry fellas, for Collingwood, just walking Maynard around the boundary at the moment.
There's Rowbottom, quick kick inside 50, Heaney. They got the quick takeaway again. Heaney was in front, took the mark, 45 out directly in front.
Jim, talking about alarm bells, Franklin might have been well covered now. This bloke's starting to really hit his straps.
Yeah, that's, again, another quick kick out. The Collingwood defenders, they're all trying to peel off and help out, but they're just giving their direct opponent too much leg rope.
Isaac Heaney, usually a good finisher. Will come in and kick from 49 metres. He's just right of centre. Heaney on its way for another one. It's all Sydney at the moment. 11-7-73 the Swans. Magpies 7 straight 42. We're deep in the second quarter on the Robot Building Supply scoreboard. And that was another easy goal out of the middle, Tony Shaw.
I tell you what, I said it before, their efficiency, they've had 28 inside 50s for 18 scores. Like, you have to stop that. Whether it's coming from the midfield, somehow they're just doing it so well out of the front of the contest. And I told you about Bianco going there at a stoppage. You can't do it from the centre bounce. The 6-6-6 doesn't allow that to happen. This is crunch time for the Pies to maybe sneak one before half-time.
Still more than enough time, close to 4 minutes remaining on the Collins House clock, but at the moment 73 to 42. Sydney by 31 points. Bounce. Hickey, the tap. Chris broke a tackle, got the boot on, wins 25 metres for the Swans. Florida rise first. Toe poke Lloyd back in the middle of the ground. Warner kept it in front of him. Knocked it up to himself. Runs to 55. Long kick, chance for the Swans. Oh, there's a lot of body pushing away that time. No free kick, and deservedly so. Howe receives it. Rowbottom couldn't get there. One-on-one battle to be won on the wing. Sydney get there first through Fox, runs it out of bounds.
I think about maybe throwing Maynard on the ball now. Just get another big body around there.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're getting beating now, the contest. He's a good competitor.
The noble one could have been another free to Sydney in front of goal. On the wing, Barwongle stands side. Sydney by 31 points. 30 gone on the Collins House clock. Second quarter as Cox wins it on the wing for the Pies.
He does, the half forward. Ash Johnson, he couldn't take the mark. Paddy McCartan was there with a spoil right with him. We're going to have a throw in just inside the 50 for the Pies.
Ash Johnson got to get some look of desperation on how you attack the ball. It's like you're playing in the Diamond Valley League, or a lower leg. just we know you can mark, but you've got to go at it.
Ball thrown back into play, something off the ball here. It's a free going to Sydney.
De Goey's afternoon, please, Jim.
Just bring it up for you now.
Lloyd in the meantime. We'll get back here, Jimmy. Gets it to Warner. Warner now kicks it further up the ground. Looking for Logan McDonald right within Murphy. Oh no, slap back from McDonald to Papley. Papley centering kick. Good intercept by Lipinski. He's able to pinch it from Blakey and then go out for Hoskin. Elliott got on the outer side wing. Has time to survey further up the ground. He goes for Elliott. Elliott takes it 75 from home.
Great running from Elliott. He went from the other side of the ground, Matty.
He holds for a moment, then goes short. And mark has been taken by Lipinski. Couple of kicks out from goal.
He goes back to Nick Dacos closer to the middle. Now they square it up. Elliott, who started marks, plays on quickly, kicks it around the body. That's going to be their first miss of the day. One behind results. Collingwood 7-1-43. And even 30 points behind. The Sydney Swans are 11-7-73. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. Lloyd to bring the ball back into play. Another long quarter. 31 minutes gone. Rampy again, a short target if he wanted to go that way. He's going to go a bit further on to Mills. Such is the confidence, Shorey. That kick from Lloyd, able to lob it between both McCreary and Pendlebury. He goes to Warner, who's having a beauty. Well done that time, Murphy got in there, made a spoil. And the result of which is it goes out of bounds. So Collingwood barely have it in their attacking half. Got to get one before half-time, though, the Pies. Sun setting at the SCG. 73 Sydney, 43 Collingwood. Ball comes back into play. Cox, good tap. Crisp, handball, Lipinski, another one. Josh Dacos goes long.
Inside the 50, Elliott was up, couldn't take the mark. Goulden was hit hard by Elliott. With the handball away, Fox now to Florent. Florent back by hand. Tom McCartan in congestion. Just throws it onto the boot. Pendlebury couldn't cling onto the mark. Taken by Hickey. Handball to Rowbottom. Rowbottom goes short that time to Franklin. Moore got there with a spoil though. And a big tackle on Pendlebury was high from Rowbottom. And Pendlebury will take the kick. The captain has it on the wing.
Can they find someone up the ground? No, I thought it's a Collingwood free though. Just a high contact on Chris from Haywood.
Well done to Darcy Moore, back on the last line of defence, Tony. Interception there.
So, Chris, can they find a deep target late, the Pies? Top of the square, not quite. Cox nearly had it. Barging through Hoskin, Elliott can't get there. Tom McCartan tackle with the footy. 20 out from Collingwood's goal, we get a stoppage. So 25 metres, 20-25 out. Collingwood late in the quarter, 33 minutes gone, second quarter. They're the ones with the better chance. Hickey, the tap away. Bad bounce, eluded Elliott. Florent, a little tumbler to half back. Noble around the body, didn't really look. Parker, he'll go hard at the ball. He does. He's happy to get a stoppage. He might get knocked off for holding it though. As you can, diving on it's one thing. That's the bravery. It's been his hallmark of his career, Shorey. Yep. But you do have to get rid of it these days.
No, you're right on that occasion.
Nick Dacos went to start his run up. Can they get a man? De Goey the chance this time. Rowbottom stays down, dispossessed. Should have been a Collingwood free. It should have been a Collingwood free.
Come on up.
Stoppage stoppage though takes place. Ball up 20 out. Collingwood still deep into attack.
Ball up. Cameron wins it down. Chris Paddock. Heaney though was able to wrench it out of his arms. Up goes Ash Johnson trying to get hold of it. They clear it. Parker got boot the ball. Buddy comes up to meet it on the bounce. Quado's got him wrapped up. Siren sounds to end the quarter. Now was holding the ball.
Yeah.
And Quado can take his kick, but I think he's too far out.
Go to the top, son.
That's it. It's a 30-point lead at the moment in favour of the Swans. Kick after the half-time, or the second quarter siren, Quaynor. You're right, man, he's going to have to kick it a long, long way.
He's going to have to channel Peter Dacos here.
Peter Dacos, he'd get this. He'd love this stuff.
He's about 75.
He's going the top.
Metres from goal, he'll go the top. He's got onto it. It's a big, long kick. It's way off, though, in accuracy-wise. And it's out the full. But he's certainly got onto it. And that is all she wrote for the first half of football. And it's Sydney by 30 at half-time, 11-7-73. And the Magpies tone, 7-1-40.
Yep, second quarter brought to you by Robot Building Supplies. Robots got it, they deliver. robotbuildingsupplies.com.au. Half-time score 11-7-73 the Swans, 7-1-43 the Pies. What was a 19-point margin in favour of Sydney a 21-point margin in favour of Sydney at quarter time is now a 30-point margin. Collingwood, to be fair, got it back to 11 points a couple of times, but the Swans, too well drilled, have steadied and take a very handsome margin into the half-time break. We'll be back with our experts this afternoon for Shannon's Motorsports, the half-time wrap with Jimmy Bartell and Tony Shaw. Don't forget this weekend, Sandown, Shannon's Motorsport Australia Championships on tomorrow. Grab your tickets, motorsporttickets.com.au. Sydney comfortable at half-time by 30 points across Australia, thanks to Macca's. You are listening to 3AW Football.
3AW is full of smart speakers. There's Ross Stevenson and Russell Howcroft, Neil Mitchell, Dee, Tom Elliott, Luke Grant, Dennis Walter, Darren James, Tony Moclair. And the smartest way to hear them all is with Amazon Alexa. With an Amazon Echo smart speaker at home or at work, listening to your favourite station is as easy as saying, Alexa, play 3AW. Now that's smart. Amazon Echo with Alexa. Grab yours now at amazon.com.au.
Hi, it's me, your lawn. Us lawns would like a truce. You want to go barefoot without fear of Bindi, and we just want a bit of attention.
Don't just leave it to the mower and the hose. Take the next step for a barefoot-ready lawn and add Yates Weed and Feed.
Score a great deal at Dan Murphy's for the footy finals. Beat the crowd and shop online at danmurphys.com.au for delivery in under 2 hours or pick up in under 30 minutes. Kick off the footy finals at Dan Murphy's. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise.
At CommBank, we understand there are things you want more of in business.
Oh, more customers.
And things you want less of.
Oh, paperwork.
That's why we make business lending easy, with less paperwork and less hassle, so there's more time for you and your customers.
Hello, thanks for calling.
Make business moves. Search CommBank Business Loans. For eligible customers, fees, terms and conditions and lending criteria apply.
Since 1982, our passionate teams at First National Real Estate have worked 10,400 days and around 582 million hours across Australia with one common goal: to always put you first. And we'll be here in Melbourne to help you on your journey to your happy place. Be it a tree change, a sea change, upsize, downsize, or finding that investment gem. First National Real Estate. We put you first. firstnational.com.au.
Of all the trillions of atoms in the universe, how special it is to think that the atoms of comets, volcanoes, brontosauruses and Shakespeare live on in you, me, chainsaws, pizza ovens, decorative garden meerkats. The middle aisle of Aldi Special Pies. It's special. You can buy every Wednesday and Saturday at Aldi. Good. Different.
Platform 28 is the perfect place to celebrate footy's big dance and to be able to watch every second no matter where you look. Catch all the action live and loud on the last Saturday in September. Enjoy a food and beverage package from 2 till 6 that includes footy classics such as meat pies, sausage rolls, plus live music post-game. Tickets are just $110 per person, but hurry, they're selling fast. Book now at platform28.com.au. 18 plus event only. Please drink responsibly.
For the best deals on Hyundai, head to Essendon Hyundai Auto Centro. Australia's biggest Hyundai dealer has an array of SUV stock, including the all-new model Palisade and Hyundai Tucsons. Secure yours today. Essendon Hyundai, 340 Wirraway Road, Essendon Fields, LNCT 10270. It's finals time. Summer's nearly here. Time to create the outdoor heart of your home with a new Weber outdoor kitchen from Barbecues Plus. Take advantage of our free in-store design service with Australia's favourite barbecue. Visit barbecuesplus.com.
3AW Footy Highlights.
Handball over the top, Lipinski to Elliott. Elliott for goal! And he's kicked it straight out of the middle for Collingwood.
High kick, 2-on-2, top of the square. Franklin got a run at it, and Lance has clawed it 20 out dead in front. for the 7th goal of the Swans. He's going to go short and wide and effective, and it's well executed, young man. McCreary, 48 out, dead in front, distance is fine. Have a listen to that black and white roar to the top of the square. Franklin's got away from his man again. Oh, a chance for Rowbottom to run in and goal.
Here's Rowbottom, quick kick inside 50, Heaney. They got the quick takeaway again. Heaney was in front, took the mark. Heaney on its way for another one. It's all Sydney at the moment.
At the moment, a 30-point margin, but such is the nature of the game. 18 goals in the first half. Sydney 11-7-73 at half-time to 7-1-43. Let's start the half-time wrap. For light and easy, simplest way for guys to enjoy great tasting food, lose weight, it is a ripper, light and easy. As Jimmy Bartell and Tony Shaw break it all down, Jim, you've got some of the numbers there that really matter, but Shawry was just probably giving it up just a little bit. Inside 50 efficiency, one side is totally shining.
Yeah, absolutely braining them. Inside forward 50s, 30 apiece, or each of two, as they love to say. Good buddy. But also the numbers which help that inside forward 50 efficiency, that dominated contested footy, the Swans, they're plus 17. Uncontested footy, they're getting on the outside plus 15. 9 marks inside forward 50, which points to that efficiency that Shawry's touching to. So all those disposals and what they're equaling up to, they're cleaner, harder around the contest. They're getting their hands free in the tackle or in a contested situation. They're able to release the footy into space and just, go back and remember that, Chad Warner coming through the middle of the ground, Mills coming through the ground, Parker, they're able to actually square their shoulders, take their time, and Collingwood defence is getting pulled apart because, when midfielders have that much time, it's very hard to run and peel off. So then what's happening off the back of that, when you go back to a centre bounce, all the Collingwood defenders are thinking, I'm going to do my best to help my teammate, so I'm going to come a couple of metres off my direct opponent. Quick kick comes in, again, too much space. So they're intense, right, Collingwood, but they've just got to be cleaner around the stoppage. I heard you, Shawry, talk about maybe Maynard through the middle. I think that's, for me, the change for Collingwood. I think it's a structural thing with your personnel. I don't think they need to change the game plan. They need to just move the magnets to get, better momentum off Mason Cox, who was actually pretty handy in the ruck, but just get some better movement from those contested situations. I think maybe throwing Nick Dacos into the centre or throw him forward. So I'd like to see him go half forward, come up into the contest, and that way it forces Sydney to go, how much do you want that Ryan Clark tag? Because what that'll do, it'll sacrifice one of their strong defensive unit. It'll throw a bit of that structure out, but it'll create a bit of space forward of the footy too, because Clark has to come up with Dacos if they want to keep that tag. Then they're able to come out through the front of the stoppage.
Yeah, the other area of concern, I think, for the Pies is their medium forward, like Brodie Myercheck. I don't see him as a key forward. He moves up the ground, gets forward, hasn't had an impact. I talked about Ash Johnson. We know he can jump on heads, but you've got to have this intensity at the contest to show that this is hurting you, and he doesn't show it, and that means he doesn't get involved in the game. And that's a couple of areas. That's why I would even think of maybe putting some of your smarter players like Sidebottom and A.B. Pendlebury, if you throw Maynard in the middle, rotate them through the half-forward line, because I tell you what, they both find space. Now, I know they're not marking players, but at least you give the defence of Sydney Swans, if you want to drop off, they'll go there. I think Mason Cox been fantastic. Darcy Cameron, he needs to lift in the second half to give him something around the ground. But look, all those stats, 17 contested possessions, uncontested possessions, they're doing it outside. They've had 9 goal kickers, and they're just spreading the load so well. So Collingwood have got to get involved in that and get better at the stoppage and the clearance stuff that we've talked about, Jimmy, to have a chance of winning this game. Look, they'll hang in there, there's no doubt about it, but you don't want to be waiting until the last quarter against Sydney and think you're going to get 5 goals back. I couldn't see that happening.
Half-time wrap for light and easy. The simplest way for guys to enjoy great tasting food, lose weight, is light and easy. 11-7-73 the Sydney Swans to Collingwood 7-1-43. Jim, the impact, please, of Chad Warner and Callum Mills on this game so far?
Both been very dynamic. The Chad has been able to get forward with the footy. He's had 11 kicks out of his 15 touches. 1 goal, 1. He probably missed the easy one, and then he claimed the hard one, which I'm not sure how he was claiming that, Chad. Come on, settle down, mate. But he's been magnificent. And Callum Mills, we keep touching on week in, week out. He's one of those players. He's so underrated, he's rated, because everyone says he's underrated. He does everything so well. I know we use American terms too much, but it's a best way to describe him. He plays both sides of the footy. So he comes to a stoppage, there's my direct opponent. Now, that's not a hard tag. He's just going to make you work for it, but he's still going to try and win the footy. And as the ball leaves the area, he gets involved in attack. The ball goes the other way. He's got his direct opponent covered off, but he's first back to help out the defensive unit, and he's had 17 touches to lead all comers. Crisp has been the leading possession getter for the Pies with 15 in the goal. I mentioned the Chad with 15. Lipinski, who Shorey touched on, probably the most composed from the Pies through the midfield with 13.
Yeah, to that end, your thoughts on Jordan De Goey? Is this a ground, not trying to get and give him an alibi or anything like that, but he's very quiet and he's going to get measured by his lofty standards, but is this not a ground that suits him to get space and be creative?
He's had the 4 touches. I think there's space there. I think it's just the way Collingwood have got to be better around the contest. Plus 17, and makes it very difficult for the likes of De Goey, who he can win his ball, but he's really good at just, you see, Pendlebury, little short handball to him. Crispy's overlapping where he explodes out the front. They just can't get any momentum around the contest.
Half-time wrap for light and easy. It is Sydney by 30 points, 11-7-73 to Collingwood, 7-1-43, 30 points to the good of the Swans. We'll take a break, be back for the second half as we go to the break. Here are the latest news headlines with Alex Riddell.
Good evening. A man has been charged with sexually assaulting 2 women while they were waiting in a queue for the Queen's lying-in state in London. Police say it happened in the Victoria Tower Gardens outside Parliament. A $400 million upgrade to Maroondah Hospital will aim to reduce ambulance ramping and delays to elective surgery if the Coalition wins the November election. It's the 14th hospital the opposition has pledged to build or rebuild using money tied to the suburban rail loop, which it says it will dump if elected. A Sydney-bound Qantas plane with Collingwood fans on board was forced to return to Melbourne mid-flight today after what passengers described as the smell of fumes. But Qantas says fans going to the preliminary final were put on the next 2 flights to Sydney. And Defence Minister Richard Marles says he's considering a request from Ukraine for more military aid. The war-torn country has asked for another 30 Bushmaster vehicles as they continue to fight against the Russian invasion. More news after the football.
Kick off the footy finals and score a great deal at Dan Murphy's. Shop unbeatable prices in store or online at danmurphys.com.au. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise. Dan Murphy's.
It's Tyre Power's Big Footy Final Sale. To kick things off, you can get the power to buy 3 and get 1 free on selected Toyo passenger car and SUV tyres. Tyre Power's Big Footy Final Sale can't last. Visit tyrepower.com.au now.
I love my garden and I love looking after it. But since I bought my new Honda mower, it's just not the same. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful machine. The lawn's never looked better. The same with my Honda brush cutter and blower. They're the best lawn and garden equipment I've ever owned. The trouble is... Oh, come on, love, it's my turn!
Get your hands on a Honda. See the petrol and battery range today at your local Honda dealer or visit honda.com.au.
Your car could be paying for your next big night out at the footy. And it's all thanks to Car Next Door, the app that lets you earn money by renting your car out to locals. Be one of the first 300 people to list an eligible car using promo code EARNIT before September 25, and you'll earn at least $1,500 in your first 3 months. For T's and C's, visit carnextdoor.com.au/cars.
Car Next Door, proud partner of the 2022 AFL Final Series on 3AW Football.
Planning to get away and do something fun this weekend? Then fuel the good times with Shell V-Power. Shell V-Power 98 is the premium unleaded fuel designed to clean away gunk and deliver unbeatable protection for your engine. Then you can focus on what's really important. Spending time somewhere special, with someone special, doing something special. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Details online. See shell.com.au.
For some people, mornings are the best part of the day. But for many others, it can be a real challenge. That's because to wake up well, you need to know how to sleep well. ResMed has been helping Aussies make every morning a good morning for over 30 years. So if you have trouble sleeping or you wake up feeling tired, why not take a free sleep assessment at resmed.com.au to find out more. ResMed, proud partner of the 2022 AFL Final Series on 3AW Football.
With more speed and more fibre upgrades, the NBN network is made for more. More what exactly? Well, more streaming, more game downloads, more working from home, online business, virtual learning, welcome to class, and more. Learn more at nbn.com.au/more speed. Experience may vary depending on factors such as NBN technology, internet provider, plan and equipment. Fibre upgrades limited to eligible locations.
Score a great deal at Dan Murphy's for the footy finals. Beat the crowd and shop online at danmurphys.com.au for delivery in under 2 hours or pick up in under 30 minutes. Kick off the footy finals at Dan Murphy's. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise.
Throughout Australia, this is 3AW's coverage of the 2022 Toyota AFL Premiership season. For Macca's 3AW is football.
Welcome back to the SCG. Sydney 30 points and comfortable in front, 11-7, 73 to 7-1-43. 3AW football all brought to you by Macca's. Swans are out on the ground, about 3 minutes away from starting, which gives us a chance, Jim, to go through and I think it's pretty clear cut, to be perfectly truthful. Our individual awards, the mark of the day, thanks to Foodworks. Shop local, save it, your neighbourhood Foodworks. And, of course, our goal of the day.
Who do you think for mark of the day? I didn't mind Steel Side Bottom going back with the fly.
I've got Errol Goulden's almost slips catch out on the outer wing, which he wasn't expected to get, and he did.
Very SCG cricket team. I like where you're going.
Thank you very much. Goal of the day, thanks to Sheen Panel Service. Had a car accident, call Sheen first, 1-300 repair. I think we shall be in agreement on this one.
Are we giving it to the Chad even though he didn't
mean
it?
Chad Warner's goal. To actually pick it up, a little snaky route against the boundary line, basically, not quite, but nearly kicking it over his head. It was meant to be going to Franklin, sort of bounced almost underneath Franklin's feet over an opponent, went through for a goal. So Chad Warner so far with the individual awards. As far as injured players go, all good clean bills of health. Thanks to pilot.com.au. Speak to a doctor online. Get your treatments delivered. Nothing really to concern about. Reed just having a bit of work done on his thighs and hammies during that second quarter. So, sure, here we are. This is 60 minutes of football left for Collingwood. Sydney seemingly in control, but we've seen how quick everyone scores. Your thoughts, how you'd like to see them line up?
Well, I agree with Jim. You don't, throw the baby out with the bathwater, because what they've done all year is had faith in their system. So you go with that. But you do need to change some personnel around if this clearance thing keeps going. And I'd like to see, like I said, some inventiveness. Like they've started Ash Johnson and McCreary on the bench, so they're thinking they haven't had an impact. I think Myercheck's the one who's got a lift for Collingwood. He's had a pretty poor month, even though they've won football. He's been the one, and he's been easy to play on and easy to intercept Markov. So they'll try and find that. Elliott's gone to full forward, Cameron up forward. They've started with Cox in the ruck because I think he's been the best ruckman today. And not many changes in the other personnel in the centre at the moment.
Yeah, Mills doing the heavy lifting in the middle of the ground. Papley's in there as well. Let's get this third quarter started. And it is Sydney in pole position at the moment.
Hey, good buddy. Sorry to jump in. Reed's just headed back down to the rooms. Hopefully he's just forgotten his mouth guard.
Thank you very much. Let's start the third quarter. Matty G, Sydney by 30 points, all thanks to Tyre Power.
Hickey wins it down straight away. Pendlebury had it, was stripped of it, was able to go back and regather. Gives the handball to Crisp. Crisp now will give the handball to Josh Dacos on the left, and then kicking up inside the 50. Cameron. Great work, great use of the body. And he takes the mark for the Magpies and will go back and line up 35 out directly in front.
Gee, that's a good kick by Josh Dacos. Another great clearance from Pendlebury. But he just held up. He was going to kick quick. He just got that poise to look down the ground, and he really just lobbed that ball into a space.
Yeah, beautiful kick. So Darcy Cameron now lining up the goal to get the Magpies off to the perfect start in this second half. Big Darcy Cameron, the big ruckman resting forward. Moves in. He'll kick from 45. He's directly in front and not great at all. In fact, did it go through or not, or was it marked on the line and went through and just never connected with that well at all, did Darcy Cameron. Minor score was the result. Never looked like it. 7-2-44, Sydney 11-7-73.
For Taipei, sure, he must look like, will I guide it through or try and belt it through? And he changed his mind and it was neither. So Sydney bring it to the wing. Slow release of the ball that time then by Mills. Goes and gets it again. There's a stoppage. I reckon the ball has to be out of bounds. And the umpire said no, but it's going to be a stoppage right against the boundary line, just forward of the centre wing with Collingwood into attack. Hickey, fingertips on it. Crisp works hard. Got it forced out of bounds, and now it is.
Tone more to Franklin.
Oh, it's going to be a hold against Crisp.
Gentlemen, they've made the Medi sub. Reid is off, and Campbell is come into the game, the Medi sub.
That's for Pilot Medical. Now, that's a massive blow as the kick-up field found its way to Heaney. You'd hate in the twilight of his career where he's found some touch-sure fitness that another soft tissue is going to get him again.
Well, he looked like it was on his thigh muscle, wasn't he? He was getting rubbed there, so
the passes go on from Stevens to Parker to Fox, who a very rare trip forward this year. Has not played game 13 this year, hasn't scored a goal yet, Robbie Fox. DeGoey stands the mark.
Yeah, Nick Dacos was just guarding fresh air there.
So this will be a get around. 45 out, 45 degree angle to the Randwick end. Comes in, you wouldn't expect him to. Ball's on its way, it never looked likely as a point each to start the third quarter. 3 minutes gone. Tyre Power scoreboard, your trusted tyre experts. 74 Sydney, 44 the Collingwoods. As Nick Dacos to bring it back in and runs his distance and now goes long.
He does out to the billow right to the Barongal side, but it's a good mark taken by Tom McCartan, who was in prime position to bring down that mark. Takes it 70 metres out from goal. So McCartan now goes top of the goal square. Logan McDonald! The seas parted for him and he brought down a ripper. That is the mark of the day, thanks to Foodworks, and he takes it 15 metres out directly in front.
If he's to kick this goal, this will be their 10th goal kicker, and let me tell you, Buddy Franklin went to Howe, went to Maynard, went to whoever else in the area and said, hey boys, this bloke's outmarked you, there's 5 of you there.
Logan McDonald moving in, shouldn't have a problem. 25 out, directly in front, bangs it home. After a big mark, it deserved the goal. And Sydney have the first major of the second half. They have lost Sam Reid, as we've just told you, for Pilot Medical with an adductor strain. He's been subbed out. Braden Campbell is in. And Sydney to 12-8-80. Collingwood 7-2-44. Jimmy Bartell on 3AW footy.
Well, I think we've touched on it in the first half. All the attention Buddy's drawing, and he's been up for the contest. He's put himself in a lot of marking contests tonight. Hasn't taken a lot of them, but it's created goals around him. And the ball's come back to the top of the square. You know, Howe's trying to jump over. Moore's trying to body up Buddy, which allows McDonald just almost to come around, around the side gate and mark it in the front door.
Hey, Jim, I thought they got the match up with Maynard wrong. It might be just Buddy's too good for them all.
He's just providing a great contest tonight.
36 points the margin, early stages. Third quarter, Sydney lead. Off the deck, Pendlebury trying to inspire his team. Well done that time. Florent ran forward at half back. Nick Dacos has the ball. Make that Josh. Mills won it ground level, gave it to Lloyd. High kick, you're back in the middle of the ground. Good work, Catley on Quaynor. Body on body now, man free. On the eastern side, Franklin on a long lead, not going to get there on the full. Eludes him forward. Collingwood defenders there. Someone's got to go and get it. Sydney quite happy just to hold it up. They're going to win it as Maynard round the body, coming back in a matter of moments as Patley takes the intercept mark, 65 metres out.
He holds onto it, Papley. He's too far out to score. So where will he go? Oh, he just pulled the kick, and not a good one. Maynard was able to take the uncontested mark for the Magpies in defence. Chips it short to Crisp. 36-point lead in favour of Sydney. Jack Crisp has it at half-back. He goes out for Jordan DeGoey, who takes the mark between half-back and wing. He'll get onto his right and kick it to half-forward. Cameron, the target, got rid of his man, but Florin has it covered at ground level, picks it back up for Sydney. Just blazed away with that kick, and Quaynor, it's easy pickings for him. He was able to take the mark.
Happy to concede 30-35 metres back to Moore. Centre half back Darcy Moore has a bounce. Can by hand, middle of the ground. Nick Dacos has it. Looks around, sees a man 20 up the ground, doesn't get there. Nice spoil that time by Florin, who can win a big ball middle of the ground. Row bottom there. Collingwood free kick, however. Prior to row bottom getting rid of it. Crisp to take it. 36 points is the margin. You still sense that Collingwood, the way they play, can get 3 or 4 consecutively. Is this the start of something? It could be, because it's a magnificently weighted kick from Crisp that finds Elliott on the lead 30 metres out, dead in front.
Might have been a slight missed kick from Crispy, because it came low off the bat, a bit like Shorey, your one-irons off the tee, where you get them nice and thin, but they're dead straight. It just caught the Swans' defence out.
They're called a tiger zinger, Jimmy.
Real stinger.
Elliott, 7-minute mark, third quarter. He has 2. Desperately need one, the Pies. 30 out, dead in front. Oh, rare error. He's been so good. Maybe it isn't their night. 7-3-45. 35 behind Sydney, 12-8-80. All on the Tyre Power scoreboard, your trusted tyre experts. The Swannies to bring it back into play.
Yeah, doesn't do that much, does he, Jamie Elliott? Sydney chant going up here at the SCG. They're well and truly in control as Fox takes the mark at half-back. And searching for a man and missed it. Cameron was able to regather for Collingwood. Back inside the 50. Elliott at ground level. Knocked by Tom McCartan over the boundary line before Elliott could snaffle that footy. Will have a throw in the forward pocket for Collingwood. 35-point margin in favour of the Swans.
Do you think they're comfortable at the moment, Sydney, or can you see Collingwood running a few up time?
Oh, they've just got to. They couldn't, I don't think, take all the margin off in one quarter. Just 2 to 3 goals in the quarter, that 18-point margin then.
Here's the Gowie. Oh, his kick smothered. Hoskin Elliott back to Pendlebury. Pendlebury to Hoskin Elliott. Back by hand he goes to Nick Dacos, who puts it inside the 50. Into the forward pocket. Back of players fly. No one can take it. Elliott there again. Boundary line is close. Cameron tackled. They keep it in Sydney. The umpire said Cameron threw it. It'll be a free kick to Sydney in their back pocket. And it's been taken by Robbie Fox.
So Fox back pocket. 35 points the lead to the Swans. 9 gone third quarter. Collins house clock. Long kick almost to the wing outer side. Goulden a little toe poke. Franklin plied the bodywork. Ball on the deck at the moment. No one really able to release it. I can't see a free kick as Sydney emerged with
50.
Campbell.
Oh, they're 50 metres.
Well, the umpire, I had a look at the officiating umpire. He hadn't signalled one way or the other.
No, good point there, Tony. I agree totally. This umpire has been involved with a few finals and been fairly officious over the last couple of weeks.
I'd love to see the Bunnings replay if we get one. I just don't think he signalled.
So they didn't know which end it was going. I'm pretty well in agreement with that. And Nick Dacos gets a chance to kick a goal there.
So, Nick Dacos, and again, if they're saying Collingwood free, you've still got a point, I'd have thought. 35 out. They've got to convert one of these chances. Nick Dacos, ball's on its way. He does. And it's 29 points. We're at the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. 12-8-80. The Sydney Swans on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Collingwood 8-3-51, 10 gone third quarter. Jim, did you see it the same way as me, that there was no clear indication who got that free?
Well, we touch on this with Luke Parker's first goal of the game. A whistle from a stoppage. You run the risk. You play on, you get an absolute head start. If it's not yours, it's 50 around the other way. It's so difficult. I didn't see which way the umpire was pointing. I was still trying to work out what it was.
Well, that was Campbell who's come back on the ground. He got it from the contest because he was the man competing for the ball and just kicked it thinking it was play on.
Back to a 29-point lead. Restart in the middle. Hickey got the better of it, but Josh Dacos handball out to the path of Cameron. Cameron toe pokes it out to the wing. Florent leading in the race for it, couldn't gather it cleanly. Side bottom can, twisting, turning, was able to, no, he ran out. The umpires there, boundary umpire hot on the spot to make that call.
Now this is where they want the Collingwood to put pressure on Sydney. Everybody knows what they like out of the last quarters. Just another 2-goal margin to get close enough to have that belief again and put some doubt in Sydney's mind.
Just forward of the wing here, favouring the Maggies. Ball thrown back into play. Hickey working it down. Who can get hold of it? Row bottom there doing some tackling work, making sure it's going absolutely nowhere. And we're going to have a ball up as Bianco gets to his feet.
The loss of, I reckon, starting to bite, Tone.
Hoskin Elliott too has just got a split on his eye, Tony.
Yeah, so ball springs out towards McCreery. Florent pursues him. McCreery did him for pace. It's deep inside 50. Bad bounce. Blakey's got to get back. Handball to Lloyd. Ball goes out of bounds. They get the point post. But it's a good 3 or 4 minutes for the Pies. 29 points is Sydney's lead. But it's a goal each in this quarter. And maybe one here. Half a chance for Collingwood. Tossed in. Cameron knocks it away. Ginnivan ran through, didn't take it with him. McInerney got rid of the ball. He got it to Warner. Warner's high kick. Everyone stopped again for a moment. Ball knocked back Collingwood toward half forward. Picked up by Mills. Round the body Mills goes. Franklin trying to involve himself in the contest. Darcy Moore too good on that occasion. So Moore switch of play. Howe, he's going to get knocked off. A big steal. 1 bounce. 2 bounces. Goal for Sydney coming up. McInerney.
Jeez.
As good a steal and goal as you'll see. Jimmy, take us through it after the Tyre Power scoreboard. 13-8-86 Sydney. Collingwood 8-3-51 Tyre Power scoreboard.
Well, I think even McInerney saw that kick coming last week. It was so telegraphed by Darcy Moore. Took his time to square it across to Jeremy Howe, but Howe didn't help him out either. He just stood and waited for the footy, which you should never do, especially the way the sides play these days when they come hard forward in a press. Howe just casually backpedaling like he was going to take it on his chest. You always come and meet the footy. They just got punished on fundamentals in Collingwood.
Hey, Jim, having looked at the Bunnings replay, no chance of doing the 15 metres. I reckon he bounced it twice after about 6 metres only.
Yeah, he was put that down. I'm running this all the way in.
Yep, the big steal, as you said, Tone. A goal to Sydney. Goulden out of the middle, trying to take it on the wing. De Goey, he's been tackled, wrapped up, and holding the ball, the umpire says.
And boys, Kruger's on the ground. I don't know who's blocked for Collingwood at the moment. We'll get that very quickly.
Mason Cox has been subbed, boys.
Right, so that's a big loss because I thought he was best.
Out wide goes the kick to Hickey. Stands up, so both teams have lost the big man. Sam Reid for Sydney, Mason Cox for Collingwood. Hickey now has it talking a big man. He kicks it to half forward. Franklin double team. Oh, Papley loves these from the pocket. Tommy Papley. He has missed. Hit the post.
Geez, dangerous, isn't he? He is dangerous.
Almost. We had the crowd on their feet, but a minor score it was. 13-9-87 Sydney, 8-3-51 Collingwood.
Yeah, Nick Dacos has a bounce. Gave a handball, already at defensive 50. Over the top, Quaynor gives to Noble. On the eastern or outer side, 1 bounce. He's run to the wing. Noble goes long. Blakey to get back and kill it out of bounds. Sure, he sat Sydney forcing him to go wide.
Well, that was just a run of play, but they've just done it so well, both McCartan brothers, and getting back with an intercept marking or spoiling.
So ball to be tossed in. 36 the margin in favour of the Swans. 15 gone, third quarter, Tyre Power scoreboard. On the wing, Collingwood wins it. Side bottom, high handball, free kick Collingwood. High contact. He's having a beauty, Crisp. Kicks deep into the forward pocket. Ball goes off hands and happy to concede one behind. 8-4-52 Collingwood trailing Sydney 13-9-87. 35 the margin, 16 into the third quarter. Tyre Power scoreboard. And for Pilot Medical, just repeating, Mason Cox, who was having a very good game, he's off. And also for the Swans, ditto in the effect of the game, Sam Reid is off also at half-time.
Ball into Florent, who takes it at right half-back. Looks down the member side of the SCG. That's where he's going to send it. Big long kick. Logan McDonald sets himself for it. Comes off hands. Pendlebury. He's able to gather. Handball to Quaynor. Quaynor under pressure. He's handballed to Crisp. He's been tackled by Goulden. No prior. Umpire lets play go on. Parker picks it up. Tackled by Pendlebury. And the umpire now will come in and ball it up half forward for Sydney. Swans fans making some noise. Ball up. Parker tried to soccer it off the ground. DeGoey escaped with it though. Eyes coughed it up. Florent had it tackled. Haywood now for Sydney in close confines. Handball from Clark out to Goulden. Goulden gets hold of it. He flicks it back to Warner. Quick kick inside the 50. McDonald can't take the mark. Soccer off the ground by Mills. It's a wild ball. Taken by Haywood. Haywood handball to Campbell. Campbell lost it. In goes Parker, couldn't take it. And now Ginnivan goes in for the football. And the umpire will come in and ball it up 48 metres out from Sydney's goal.
They were lining up then, Tone.
Yeah,
they're trying to almost create the perfect goal. 35 points is Sydney's margin. They get the stoppage, 40 out from their goal at the Randwick end. Kruger doing the ruck work, trying to get a fingertip and clearance, successful in both. High kick to the middle of the ground. Sydney's defence caught up the ground. Myercheck is going to have a fly from the middle of the ground. There is no one back there. Oh, it's almost coming back. And it didn't quite go through.
He did well, didn't he?
Well, he got it back to Mills. Probably unaware once again that you're not allowed to run it through. Mills pushed out of bounds. So Colin will get a little break here with a stoppage. Ball to be thrown in. Half forward left going to the Paddington end of the ground. Don Bradman's stand end. It is 87 Sydney, 52 Collingwood. The Pies need one from here.
Back into play. Cameron, good ruck work down to Josh Dacos. He snaps, curls back. Beautiful. Darcy Cameron teed him up with a beautiful palm down. Dacos was on the move and finishes with a goal. And a goal for the Magpies, much needed. 9-4-58 the Pies, 13-9-87. And that's on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Lovely ruck work from Darcy Cameron.
Oh, don't you love to see that? You don't see it very often in the modern game because so many players around the ball. But there was two Collingwood players in line there. We're looking at Mason Cox on the Bunnings replay screen. And, yeah, I don't know what's happened with him, but it must be soft tissue, we're thinking. But that was just beautiful, Darcy Cameron. That's a set-up play. Either him or Ginnivan were going to kick the goal, but I think Dacos did it better than anybody.
And that's why, Jim, the ease of scoring means Collingwood's not out of it.
No, just as Shuri said, just chip away, just focus on the next one. If you get into three-quarter time and you're 2 or 3 down, you'll still believe you're a chance.
It's 29 points the margin. Hickey takes it from the ruck, lost it. Toe poke Cameron effective, found Bianco, handball side bottom round the body to half forward they go, as it should be a free kick surely to McCartan. Play on the call, Ginnivan had it, lost it. Forward pocket, Collingwood are in to attack. McCreary handball back out to Bianco. Handball to Ngoe, a high up and under, top of the square. Can the Pies grab a mark from here? Almost. Hoskin Elliott, front of the pack defensively. Papley throws it onto the boot. Coming back in a matter of moments, though, as the mark taken at half forward, 60 metres out, I should say. Maynard has it for the Pies.
So Maynard holding it up. The umpire tells him to get on with it. So he puts it into the forward pocket. Johnson couldn't take the mark. Cameron again, tackled by Hickey. Lassoed around, and then they all pile on the Sherrin. And the umpire will come in and ball it up, 30 out from the Magpie goal. They've got a little bit of momentum now, Collingwood. Can they make the most of it? Ball up. Hickey wins it down. They can't clear it. Ginnivan, handball to Goey, who couldn't get hold of it. Rowbottom threw it onto the boot. Got it out of the danger area. Going back Howe. And he takes a lovely chest mark and centres it up.
They're lining up in the middle. They trail by 29 Collingwood, but a bit of belief. wide. Quaynor finds side bottom between wing and half forward. 87-58. Tyre Power scoreboard. 29 in favour of the Sydney Swans. But the Pies, ball top of the square, back of the pack. Sydney have got defenders under pressure. Lloyd's got to be good. Thought he could do the high contact. Umpire is going to say ball but to be tossed up.
Gee, they've gone inside 50, I reckon, 6 times in a row, the Pies,
Yep.
so they've got to score from this.
Yep, they've got a chance here. Cameron, Hickey, ball spills to the side. Staying down Goulden. Chance there for Florent. Someone over his back. Picked up, found its way to Josh Dacos round the body. It goes across the face and one behind. 9-5-59 becomes 9. It still stays 9-5-59. 28 the deficit. Collingwood.
50-metre penalty again.
As the Sydney Swans will bring it out, leading by 28.
It's the fourth 50-metre penalty the Magpies have given away. And it's Blakey who goes short to McInerney, and McInerney goes short again to Goulden. Goulden will turn and go deep inside the 50 for Sydney. Numbers with Collingwood. Murphy knocks it down. Papley can't get hold of it. To go he can. Gives the handball Lipinski. Lipinski got a running mate. That was Bianco. Now to Pendlebury inside the 50 to Ginnivan. Ginnivan takes the mark. He's 48 from home. He's just right of centre. And Jack Ginnivan will go back and settle and line up.
Yeah, I like the way that he looked around because he's thinking, but I'm nearly on my mark here. But this is, he's done this before this year, and now he's just got the confidence to have the shot, so he's taken it on himself.
Well, he's a big game player, big moment player, Jack Ginnivan.
He's looking sideways here too for the quick short here.
He's going to come in. He's going to go for it from 49 metres. Jack Ginnivan! He brings the house down. The Collingwood house. With a huge goal. And can that be a momentum shifter? Jack Ginnivan, the man for the big moment, kicks the goal for Collingwood. And they go to 10-5-65. Sydney 13-9-87 as Ginnivan comes to the bench. And the Magpies fans are on their feet. And Jimmy can just sense a momentum shift.
Yeah, they just need to be close enough because all those close wins, they'll be in the memory bank. Just keep cracking away. They've got to beat you over the 4 quarters. So just keep running up. We've seen DeGoey get his hands on the ball the last 5 minutes. We've seen Josh Dacos, Nick Dacos just starting to get involved in the play. So all they're good players, but they're getting it going forward.
Hey, Jimmy, that was the first time I reckon they've gone from half back with a chain of handballs that run through the line system, which they've done all year.
3W Finals footy, 22-point margin now. Back in the middle, Cameron knocks it away, then goes back after it. He sockets it off the ground, went the wrong way though. Coming in that time was Campbell. Thought it was low down. Campbell, quick kick inside the 50. Quaynor takes the mark for Collingwood. Quaynor straight up the middle, he goes to Crisp. Crisp takes the mark just back into the circles.
Got to roll on. You had one-on-ones.
He goes back over his mark and takes some more time. He's going to kick now to half forward.
Yeah, 2-on-1.
Yeah, to 2-on-1 to 2 with Sydney. McInerney takes the mark for Sydney. So McInerney holds. Swans lead by 22. Magpies coming at them at the moment.
Conversely, the Swans need to take some time off the ball, off the game here. Just maybe some tempo footy if they can hold possession.
A few uncontested marks. Here's Fox on the run. No. He kicks it to the wing, but he couldn't take it. Noble can snaffle it inside about half forward. Johnson, no mark. He was shut down by Fox though as he got his kick away and it sailed out on the full. And Robbie Fox will take the free kick at left half back for Sydney.
39-87 to 10-5, 65-22 the margin in favour of the Swans. Tyre Power scoreboard. Collingwood won't lie down. They're going to take the mark through Moore at half back. Able to run on. Can he find a man going forward? Elliott. A lot of holding taking place. Ball spills to the front of the pack. Who reacts first? Going to be the Swans. Play on the call. It wasn't in the back from DeGoey as the crowd screaming. As Parker pleadingly. Ball at centre half forward. Again, Collingwood into attack. 25 minutes gone. Sydney by 22. Closest the Pies have been for a while. Pendlebury through traffic. Lipinski bats the ball forward. Race is on. Head over the ball. Hoskin Elliott handball back into play. Fox the quick kick. They're not out of danger yet. But Hickey takes the mark. Just wants to slow it all up, pull a little off the kick and go wide to the wing. He's going to find a man out there. And McDonald has it. So McDonald can see man 20 up the ground. This is bad marking. A chance for Sydney to break. No, they'll just hang on to the footy.
I reckon they're off the bit, Tony. This is what I talked about, this tempo play. Collingwood has just got a little bit more run at the moment.
Yep.
So Sydney. Mills has got the football now, putting it inside the 50 for the Swans. Murphy just kills it to the boundary line. They weren't doing that earlier, Collingwood. And it's out. We're going to have it thrown in the left forward pocket for the Swans. We know how dangerous they can be in this position, though, Sydney. And they get those stoppages inside 50. They often score. So it's about 30 around from their goal. Umpire throws it back into play. Cameron wins it down. Crisp, a nice kick, neat kick to side bottom. He takes it at half back, and he'll give the handball away to the run of Noble.
Yeah, they've got all the run at the moment now, the Pies. Noble's kick goes long. I thought it might have just come off hands. It didn't, out of bounds. It goes on the outer wing. 13-9-87 to 10-5-65. It's lived up to everything. Is Sydney by 22 points this preliminary final, thanks to Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Still plenty of time for either side to extend or reduce the margin, which is 22 in favour of the Swans. Collingwood can win it, back of the pack, side bottom. Floated award, full forward, front of the pack and come up with it. McCreary has it. He's tackled by Florent. He's really slow to get rid of it. Umpire said unable to release, so there's a stoppage. And Collingwood now. This is as close as they've been basically for a quarter and a half. Well, basically since quarter time. Can they get one here? Off the pack it goes. Rampy, the ball just comes out. Side bottom, brilliant third quarter to Pendlebury. To Lipinski, to Chris. He tries to bounce off the ball. Clark tackles him beautifully. Play on is the call still. High contact, I thought, that time on Parker. It's tough. Happily. It is massively tough. There is not an easy kick out there. 85-67. Sydney by 22 points. Stoppage, chance for the Pies. Side bottom kicks it as long and as far as he can. Sydney defence, though, well set up at the back.
It is, and Lloyd should be able to clear it. Noble in good position. He jumps, couldn't take the mark, but reckon gave away the free. He did. Free kick to Sydney, half back. They lead it by 22. Magpies certainly had the momentum. So Campbell has it now for Sydney as he kicks it up the wing toward half forward. McDonald flew for it, couldn't take the mark. Pendlebury tackled by Franklin. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. It's on the paint of 50 for Sydney now. 13-9-87, Collingwood 10-5-65, ball up.
Yeah, as Hickey tries to take it out. Pendlebury almost threw it out. DeGoey tried to just push it along further. Parker picks it up. Handball over the top row bottom. To the top of the screen. Franklin's got to beat three. He couldn't do it. Moore's handball missed. They're all crashing into each other. Side bottom retains the feet. Wins 20, 25 metres. Knocks it into the park now with Moore. Can they get a late one from half back? Quaynor, the handball. McCreary, the receive. The long kick inside 50. They might have overdone it or overcooked it. They did.
Had to lower the eyes there. There was 2-on-1. There was players.
A rush of blood to the heads. Mills takes the defensive mark.
They're still in this game though, Tony. They've made it a possibility now.
And we know that they can come from behind and win, so they believe that. Heaney had it half back now for Sydney. He goes out for Logan McDonald, takes the mark. Bill O'Reilly wins.
So Darcy Moore's been sensational this quarter, chaps.
McDonald inboard, Goulden. He slows things down, so they want to take that pressure away from Collingwood with uncontested marks again. Short to Parker. Parker holds. Kicks it inside the 50. Franklin with a couple of beat, and it's killed again by the Magpies defenders. Over and out, throw in left forward pocket for Sydney. 22-point margin.
Nearly 30 minutes gone, third quarter, 22 points is Sydney's margin. They have it at the right end of the ground. Ball tossed in. Oh, that was a very shallow one. Barely carried to Cameron, who takes it. He's tackled by Heaney. Play on is the call. Ball hasn't come out of the pack yet. Picked up by Goulden. Handball to Stevens. Round the body he goes. Heaney, 1, 2, 3. Grabs. Is it going to be paid? It is. what made it look like 15, Tone, you're pointing out how far. I think that Heaney kept juggling it and carrying it backwards. Do you agree with that? Or kept carrying it forwards, which seemed to give it, Jim, a bit more distance.
Let's get the bun in. Oh, no, I nearly give that. Yeah, well, they pay 10 metres anyway, Tone, so...
Which should be 20, then they'd pay 15. Thank you.
Ask the real estate agent, sure, are you the buyer or the seller? Is that 15?
Well, if I'm the buyer, I'm very happy.
So Heaney with another chance after the siren for the Swans. I think Franklin had one at half-time. 22 the margin as Collingwood have fought back, but this would be a very fatal dagger as Heaney's kick for goal is on its way. I don't like it from the boot and one behind results. Three-quarter time, third quarter brought to you by Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. It is 13-10-88 to 10-5-65. 23 points the margin in favour of the Sydney Swans. Couple of Papley, couple of Franklin, the main scorers. McCreary with a couple, Elliott ditto. So it's all set up one quarter left. And Inspire, you think, well, Sydney at home by 23 points. We know what Collingwood's capable of. We also know, too, that they seem to have a bit more and better run at the tail end of that third quarter, Collingwood. It is all set up for a magnificent final quarter for the best coverage. You'll hear it all thanks to Maccas on 3AW Football.
Score a great deal at Dan Murphy's for the footy finals. Beat the crowd and shop online at danmurphys.com.au for delivery in under 2 hours or pick up in under 30 minutes. Kick off the footy finals at Dan Murphy's. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise.
Hey, Dad, what do you know about Car City?
I think you mean Car City.
Dad.
Sorry. I know it's the largest used car complex in the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, well, their new finance team, Easyland, offers quick and easy car loans, and you do need a new set of wheels.
Yes, a convertible would be nice, or seat warmers, or a convertible with seat warmers.
Hold on. Let's go. Come on.
See every car at carcity.com.au or 415 Maroondah Highway, Ringwood.
Okay, so I'll mow the lawn and you can trim the edges.
You mowed last week. It's my turn.
But I love my new Honda mower.
How about I mow and you trim the hedge?
But we don't have a Honda hedge trimmer.
Oh, yes, we do.
Get your hands on a Honda and learn to share. Honda's lawn and garden power equipment stands in a class of its own for performance, quality, reliability and durability. See the petrol and battery range today at your local Honda dealer or visit honda.com.au.
G'day, Daniel Harford here. Australia's first Disney Plus original series, Fearless, the inside story of the AFLW, takes you on an emotional journey into the dreams, struggles and triumphs of some of the most inspiring athletes in the AFLW. This groundbreaking new series takes you beyond women's footy. You'll see how trailblazing women are changing the game and building an inspiring legacy. Australia's first Disney Plus original series, Fearless, the inside story of the AFLW, now streaming only on Disney Plus.
For some people, mornings are the best part of the day. But for many others, it can be a real challenge. That's because to wake up well, you need to know how to sleep well. ResMed has been helping Aussies make every morning a good morning for over 30 years. So if you have trouble sleeping or you wake up feeling tired, why not take a free sleep assessment at resmed.com.au to find out more. ResMed, proud partner of the 2022 AFL Final Series on 3AW Football.
I'm a professional Victorian firefighter and I proudly protect you and your family. But it's reached a point where our safety is being put at risk. This means your safety is at risk too. The Andrews government has kept outdated fire trucks on the road and our training facilities are well over capacity. And now we're having to fight for a fairer workplace agreement. We willingly fight fires and save lives, but we shouldn't have to fight the Andrews government for the equipment to protect you. This state election, please support your local firefighters.
Authorised P. Marshall, United Firefighters Union, Victoria, Melbourne.
Kick off the footy finals and score a great deal at Dan Murphy's. Shop unbeatable prices in store or online at danmurphys.com.au. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise. Dan Murphy's.
3AW Footy Highlights.
So McCart now goes top of the goal square. Logan McDonald! The seas parted for him and he brought down a ripper. 25 out, directly in front, bangs it home.
They've got to convert one of these chances. Nick Dacos, ball's on its way. He does. No more switch of play. How? He's going to get knocked off. A big steal. One bounce. Two bounces. Goal for Sydney coming up. McInerney.
Back into play. Cameron, good ruck work down to Josh Dacos. He snaps, curls back. Beautiful. He's going to come in. He's going to go for it from 49 metres. Jack Ginnivan. He brings the house down.
3/4 time. What a finish we've got coming up. Sydney clear favourites to win it. Collingwood coming 13-10, 88 to 10-5, 63. 23 points the margin. 3AW football brought to you by Macca's. Jim, you still think Sydney wins, but Collingwood, we know how resilient they are. Some big stat numbers. What were they able to turn around in that third quarter thanks to First National Real Estate? Their team of real estate experts will put you first.
Contested possession was the big one. They were able to actually win the footy, take it out to the front of the stoppage. We saw DeGoey, both Dacos getting their hands on the footy in score involvements. Even Crisper's upped his rating, even though he's been probably Collingwood's most consistent throughout the game, which limited Sydney's ability to rebound. So Sydney's percentage of goal inside forward 50. First quarter 38%, second quarter 36%, that quarter 15%. So they're able to actually limit their effectiveness. Just getting word through, big Mason Cox, USA. He's done his groin, supposedly. So he got subbed out. Now it might be just a little gentle one. So if they get up for the grand final, who knows? But he got subbed out for Nathan Kruger.
Yes, well, Sam Reid, doctor. All thanks the injury update, Shorey. Yep. Thanks to Pilot Medical. Head to pilot.com.au today.
Got to keep taking the game on. The first time that they've ran from halfback with the ball, Collingwood, and they scored a couple of times with it, missed their opportunities, but just got to take the game on from that back half again.
Well, they are the come-from-behind specialists of the Magpies. Chris gets the first clearance. Kicks it to half forward. Now for Lipinski. Dacos. Lipinski. Ball out. Later throw in just outside the 50.
Just further that point, I'm with you, Shory. You think Cameron and Elliott had shots, very gettable shots early in that game. There's a goal, 2 goals there, and then they give up that one with the cross across the field. Yeah. There's another one as well.
So ball back into play. Collingwood at half forward. They're going to win it from the stoppage to go around the body. To centre half forward it goes. Side bottom. Couldn't complete it. Able to pick it up. Shrugs a tackle, threw the ball away. Play on the call, 40 metres out. Pies are into attack, we get a stoppage. I just wondered, Jim, when they put the whistle away, was it 2 weeks ago, Collingwood and Geelong, whether that might happen today.
Oh, yeah.
Hickey wins at half-back. High kick to the middle of the ground. Logan McDonald knocks the ball down. Ryan Clark and Noble go at it. Noble got it to Quaynor. I thought he just put a flat stick on the deck. Play on the call. Ball on the outer wing at the moment. I don't think it's coming out. It's not. No one gets penalised, so on the wing.
Tone, you got it wrong. The term they like to use is they're letting them play.
They're letting them play, thanks, Jim. Car next door scoreboard. Minute and a half gone, final quarter. It is Sydney by 23 points. Ball charged down, still in the middle of the ground. Barging through Pendlebury, wonderful. Just caught up by Warner. We get a stoppage. Yes, Tone?
Nathan Kruger, he's got to get away from Hickey in the body on body. Make him search for you. He's had the fourth tap out in about 1 minute now.
As the ball just goes out of bounds. Harmlessly enough, although the word harmlessly is when the ball's rolling, failing to keep it in the field of play.
No, even if you don't win the tap out, at least try and, make him search for you so he's not getting a clear, soft tap.
No change to the 3/4 time scoreboard. It is 23 points in favour of Sydney Swans. Nick Dacos takes a mark in front of Lloyd. Now they're going to play on. Nick Dacos wide to half forward. Goulden's got to try and beat two. Oh, what a great mark, though, by the veteran. Side bottom. Foodworks mark of the day. Takes it 55 metres out. It's the old heads, Shorey. Moore and Pendlebury in that third quarter.
Well, he's pushed forward twice now, side bottom in this last quarter. About 40 metres out. But they're coming, I'm telling you at the moment, they are really in this game.
Side bottom, you'd think it's beyond these wonderful old legs. Gives himself a bit of chance and room. Top of the square. Collingwood into attack. Ball goes to the back of the pack. Not concedes the behind, but fell through for the one behind. So on the Car Next Door scoreboard, rent your car. Download the app, Car Next Door, and you can earn plenty for your footy trip. As 3 minutes gone, final quarter, Sydney 13-10-88, only score one behind to Collingwood 10-6-66. As the Swans bring it, and rather dangerously, into play, where the mark's taken by Lloyd.
Oh, well done, umpire.
Yeah, Lloyd tried to suck him in for moving on the mark. Goes to half-back where Fox has taken it out here on the Western Albury stand side. Fox tries to find a man. That's a very good kick. Mark's taken by Goulden.
So they're out here, Sydney. Ball short to Haywood. Haywood holds it up. Looks down the wing. The umpire says go. So kicks it to half forward. Franklin. Yes. Takes the mark. Ball play on. Got it back, Franklin. Puts it out in front of Goulden. He can go with the left into the pocket for Heaney. Can't gather it in. And then the Kruger's bowled over. We're going to have a ball up, and it's in the forward pocket.
Can we just get a medical report on you, Matty?
I'm struggling, Jimmy.
You need a Lozzie.
Don't worry. The larynx of old Uncle Doug Alley will get us home. Don't worry about that. Old little lungs. Yes, the ball goes out of bounds.
Very 12th manish.
88-66. Sydney by 22 points. Car Next Door scoreboard. 4 minutes gone, final quarter. Sydney having about 25 around from their goal. Chant goes up. Heaney does the ruck work. Tries to take it from the ruck. Unable to do so. The brilliant Pendlebury has it again. G ran a long, long way. Got away with it. To halfback it goes. Josh Dacos got it there to Maynard. No, don't like the kick. Target was Lipinski, and the ball was knocked out of bounds.
What a brave lady who caught that ball. She's the one Swan supporter amongst a whole bay of Collingwood.
Ball on the outer wing. 5 minutes gone. Sydney hanging on at the moment. Toe poke again by Pendlebury toward half forward. Myercheck quiet. Good handball. Dacos. Pendlebury, middle of the ground. Noble tackled. Lost it in the tackle. Turned over. Warner comes through. High kick toward half forward. Darcy Moore. First to react will take the grab. 88-66.
Corridor.
Moore to Nick Dacos. To Noble. To DeGoey. Half volley. Neat pick up. Can come wide. Side bottom. Forward of the wing. Going to the Randwick end. This is the lead. Elliott, a little bit too much height on it. Knocked away by McCartan. Side bottom, kicks it in mid-air. Sydney defence is good. Paddy McCartan, and well read that time then. Coming out of defence, finds McDonald, and McDonald has it at halfback. 13-10-88 to 10-6-66 as Logan McDonald goes toward the wing. Howe had it and lost it. Tries to pick it up. Got a handball away to Moore. Moore's handball to Howe, keeps running, turned over Warner, handball to Papley, they're almost out. Parker's got it, the pass is on. Heaney marks 55 out. He wants to get a pass to Franklin, not much he can do about it. Now Spears one. Man fell over, going for it that time. Clark cleaned up that time by Quaynor. Quaynor's kick to the wing, it goes. Lipinski to try and keep it alive. He does, but a Sydney player in there just to take it over the boundary line and out of bounds. So the ball on the wing. Car Next Door scoreboard. 88-66. Sydney hanging on by 22 points. To be fair, it's about even Stevens in this quarter. Neither side landing a decisive blow, but it's not to say it's not coming. Pendlebury's high, hopeful handball. Hickey there to stop it. Pendlebury back of the pack. Spills out. Crisp can't get there. McInerney, he did. On the bounce. Taken there by Parker. On the outer wing. Man up the ground. Too much on it for Heaney. Turned over. Darcy Moore's got the ball.
Well done,
Darcy Moore goes long to a one-on-one. Reckon it's a Collingwood free kick. Surely a hold. Should have been on Myercheck. 65 out. Play on the call. Chris follows up. High, hopeful handball to Goey. Bats it to Lipinski. Runs backward. Handballs into the path of Goey. Tackled. Lost it. 25 out. Nick Dacos tried to get the ball. It came out. Bianco for a goal.
Great pressure.
Magnificent stuff from Collingwood. 13-10-88 to 11-6-72. Car Next Door scoreboard, 16 points is the margin in favour of Sydney. Let's remind ourselves, Jim, midway third quarter, it was out to 36.
Yeah, and Kruger's come off the ground. He's holding his hand, so he looks like he might be off the ground for a little bit, but they just kept fronting up. Next number into the contest. Next number wasn't pretty, but they just kept outnumbering and body lining the football the whole way down that wing.
Shorey?
Look, they've got a belief in what they're doing. This hasn't just started the start of this quarter. I thought in the third they got better at clearances, they got better at contested possession, and now they're just running on top of the ground. And the Swans, who play a very hard style to keep going, are they feeling the pinch a little bit?
They've had a couple of chances down to 16 points. Cameron the tap, he rucks, he rows, he kicks Collingwood to half forward. High bounce on Ginnivan. Ginnivan, though, good enough to follow up, shoot out a handball. Knocked into the path. A little chance round the body. Josh Dacos squares it up. Getting back defensively, Blakey. What did they miss then on the way through then, Shorey?
Oh, no, he just floated the ball in there, but it could have gone either side of Blakey, but, that's just numbers back.
So Blakey can only go short.
And Nick
Dylan
Dacos
Stevens,
half forward, sorry, Tone. Nick Dacos half forward's been a good move.
16 points the margin in favour of the Swans. 9 gone, final quarter on the Collins House clock. Stevens has kicked to the wing. Darcy Moore, brilliant mark. Body on body, magnificent. He takes it, gives the handball, Maynard. Maynard's high, kick the full forward. Ball comes off hands, it's going to run out of bounds, but this is a very good spot for Collingwood to set up. Shorey, forward pocket, Randwick in, 25 around from their goal.
Yeah.
They trail by 16 points.
I reckon you've got to push your ruckman forward to take the ruck work and just look for DeGoey and Elliott. Someone to block off the ball. Looks like Nick Dacos is going to block Elliott's man here.
It's tossed in. Cameron flips it out the back. DeGoey just unable to pick it up. Ball released. Campbell of Sydney, the Medi-sub, released it. Cries a ball from both sides going around the ground as Hoskin Elliott is tackled. Another stoppage takes place inside attacking 50, Jim, for Collingwood.
Oh, the atmosphere in the SCG is extraordinary at the moment.
Well, both sides are calling for ball. Hickey, the tap, attacking 50 for the Pies. Row bottom, ground level win. Tries to pick it up, unable to do so. Ball underneath him. Players collapse on the ball. Another stoppage takes place, Jim. Still on attacking 50 for Collingwood. 11 gone, final quarter.
Oh, it's like they're holding down the button that just yells out, ball.
So, ball bobbing around. Collingwood through Chris. Get a little kick inside 50. Josh Dacos. Oh, he's just missed. I wonder whether he was tempted to emulate the old man with a little runner then. And he thought, no, well, let's go the traditional drop punt.
He's his own person, Tony. He's his own person.
So 11-7-73, Collingwood 13-10-88, the Sydney Swans. That is all on the car next door scoreboard. Lloyd looks around, and what were once spaces for the Sydney Swans can't find anyone. Franklin's got a run up. Oh, Murphy came in, knocks the ball away, and again Collingwood get a stoppage right on attacking 50. 15 points the margin in favour of the Swans. It is... They're the ones that have to get a goal. Collingwood, you reckon there's at least 3 goals in them. Ball on the deck, Goulden, half-back, handball row bottom, forced to kick it quickly. Murphy and Franklin both holding. Ball goes to the back of the pack. I fancy Collingwood. Murphy to pick it up. Little defensive handball goes all right. Pushing to the boundary, Campbell got a little kick away. That's a good kick under pressure. Ball to be tossed in. 13-10-88 to 11-7-73. Sydney by 15 points. Car next door scoreboard. And the Swans keep looking at that clock, and we still haven't got to the 12-minute mark as it's tossed in. Hickey works his way to the front, but Collingwood win it. Cameron, little torpedo, goes back to the middle of the ground. Off the pack, Myercheck 55 out. It's a vacant goal square. It's bouncing across the face of goal. Florence got to get back there. He's knocked the dead set out of bounds. Ginnivan should let it go. No, Jack Ginnivan got there and tossed the ball in.
He wouldn't have got. It would have been hit out by a Swans player.
That it would have.
Gee, it's got it all now, Tony.
It has. Forward pocket ball to be tossed in. Randwick again. Collingwood again. Jim, for First National Real Estate, can you give us an inside 50, please?
Just hang on a sec. Everything's just paused at the moment with the internet up here.
Okay, ball tossed in. Back of the pack, the clearance that time, Rampy wins about 65 metres. Noble first to get there, shrugged a tackle, handball, he's turned it over, middle of the ground, Clark's got it for the Swans.
That's play on, that was 7 metres, that kick.
But again, there's no run shortage of the Swans.
They're off the bit. This was happening in the third quarter, I said it. They just were off the bit, the Swans, so they're just chipping around, tempo footy, trying to hang on here.
And goes to Franklin. So Franklin's on the wing. Clock's only got the 13 minutes, a long time to go. They lead by 15 points. Franklin's kicked a half forward. Collingwood defence stand firm. Quaynor, the handball. Chris the
out.
kick. They are totally out. McCreary takes them on. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. They'll have another bounce. He's going to send Kruger on his way. Ball bounces up. Under pressure. Steadies himself, misses. One behind results. 13-10-88, the Swans. And Sydney now 11-8-74, 14 points the margin.
You think they've got to kick a goal. I think you said it then, Tone. You think Sydney need to kick a goal to stem this.
You reckon Collingwood's got another, balance of play so far, Collingwood have got another 3 in them. That's why they've got to get one. Lloyd's kick. Has he kicked it out on the full? No, not quite, as the ball runs off Heaney's feet.
Just the inside forward 50s, 4 to the Swans, 9 to the Pies.
Yeah. But the margin's only really been reduced by a goal and a few points. Hickey pushes man out of the way. Handball tried to find Campbell, the Medi sub, middle of the ground. Heaney, magnificent pickup. Clark's got to beat a man, he does. Handball effective. Found Campbell. Goes forward to Franklin, 65 out. Beat one. Handball intercepted, however. Howe read it beautifully. Had Collingwood really make them pay? Nick Dacos wins the ball at halfback. Got it to Howe. Pendlebury, middle of the ground. A little slow, looping handball. Forces Noble to go back. He didn't hit him sweetly. Noble's over the ball. Will get a stoppage in the middle of the ground.
Gee, Myercheck. I thought Pendlebury, we know his vision's great. He just had to look up. Myercheck was 20 metres forward, goal side of his opponent inside 50 then.
15 minutes gone. Sydney by 14 points. Car next door scoreboard. Rowbottom wins it. A little kick goes forward. Oh, that's barely the required. But they're going to pay it. Campbell, Sydney, long toward full forward. They've got 2 up there. Papley might have grabbed it. He has.
Tell you what, he's shoved out too. We'll just have to see on the
mark.
It paid the mark. He has grabbed it. There's a lot of shoving taking place. Well, but Papley's got it.
Let's have a look at the Bunnings replay. Hands in the back.
He's had 2 goes at it.
Yeah, he did. That has gone out the window.
I don't even know that it was a mark in the finish either. It's been paid to Papley. Did it bounce off the deck?
No, bounce off the deck.
Tom Papley has 2.
Got it all.
25 metres out, slide angle to the Randwick end. This won't put him home, but it'll be a significant blow to land. Papley, ball on its way. It's there, and it's a goal to the Swans. Sydney 14-10-94, Collingwood 11-8-74, 16 and a half minutes gone on the Collins House timepiece. Let Dominic Elifaci and the team help grow your wealth. Jimmy Bartell, 3AW footy for Maccas.
Well, he got out back behind Darcy Moore. He gave him 1 shove, that didn't move him. The second shove definitely did. He just managed to hang on and fumble the ball, and I wouldn't mind seeing that up to the third umpire. Does that hit the ground?
Yeah, it did. No, it hit the ground. There's no way knowing it was a mark. But look, these things happen in finals. It was what happened. Pendlebury in the middle, handballed out to Noble, and he got run down. But, you know, up forward of that, and Pendlebury's got great vision, just didn't see a Collingwood forward.
It needed to hit him on the full. Right. Back on the middle of the ground. McDonald's there. Clearance to the Swans. Rowbottom. Long toward full forward. Franklin. He's pushed off the footy. Ball into space. A chance now for the Swans. Goulden round the body on its way, and it's coming. Oh, now it's touched. One behind. Right on the line. Goulden's kick was just touched off. 21 points the margin.
Oh, Murphy nearly had a fresh airy.
You know where this is going, boys.
Whack down the middle.
Straight down the guts.
So Maynard goes long. 21 points. Sydney's lead. 18 minutes gone, final quarter. Knocked to the front of the pack. Again picked up by Rowbottom. Lucky kick. Found Goulden. Got it to Blakey. Floated a full forward. Chance for the Swans to come up with the ball. No, Collingwood defence firm. Hoskin Elliott a tumbler under to half forward. McDonald's kick around the body. Play on the call as it should be. Campbell slipped on the turf. Ball at centre half forward. Sydney are into attack. Great body on body work that time then by both teams.
Yeah, well done.
So that was
Maynard
and also Stevens. Stevens brave.
Gee, that was tough.
45 metres out, 21 the margin. Sydney lead. Warner couldn't take the ball off the deck. Collingwood win a few yards. Florent lost in a tackle. Picked up there. Oh, it was almost Collingwood was through, but Rowbottom read it beautifully. Went to Paddy McCartan's gone wide. A lot of holding taking place. Stevens has taken the mark and been paid at 48 metres.
Heaney don't.
Oh, Heaney, I beg your pardon.
No, they look the same.
21 the margin. Heaney in the right hands, although he's had a little bit of the jitters today. 48 metres out. 45 degree angle. Coming in from half forward right, Isaac Heaney. To the Paddington end. 21 points is the margin. This, I think, would kill off the Pies. And the ball is on its way from Heaney. It is across the face and hasn't been kicked through or hasn't been scored. And in the finish, Collingwood refused to just sort of knock it through. And the result of which is Hayward knocks it out of bounds, Jim, and Sydney get the chance to set up again 25 around from their goal.
Well, the umpires are certainly going to make you earn it. They're not going to pay anything in this last 7.5 minutes.
Kruger does the ruck work. Warner's there. Gets a kick away. High kick. Heaney tries to get back. Quaynor tries to knock it through. Ball out of bounds yet again.
They would have rather the point, the Pies.
Absolutely, to bring it down the ground. 45,608 have seen a belter. And even though Sydney have held all the aces all day, Collingwood will not go away. 21 the margin in favour of the Swans. Swans have it at the forward pocket. Kruger, Heaney pushes man out of the way. Back of the pack, Parker has it. Too slow to release for mine. Maynard gets a kick away. Well read though by Blakey. Able to take the mark. Forward of the wing, outer side of the ground. 25 up the ground. Can they find a man? They do. And Goulden, what a surprise packet, Jim, this fella's become.
Absolute weapon of a left foot. Goulden and Campbell actually in this quarter have been really good. Both dangerous left footers, good at ground level. He's a chance from here. He'll wheel out. Smash it.
Crowd will let you know. No, he pulled something off and went into the pocket. And it's as if he was kicking to a mate at lunchtime. He kicked it straight to Quaynor.
The crowd hated it. They went dead quiet.
Quaynor knows the situation. Straight up the middle of the ground. Rampy tries to get there, unable to make the contest. Rowbottom had some important touches. Handball to Warner. A tumbler goes forward again. Moore bravely attacks the ball, can't pick it up. Chance now for Moore to release it. He did to Hoskin Elliott to Pendlebury. Up the middle of the ground they go. Collingwood have a mark. Nearly 50. I would have thought, no, Rampy lucky then. As Nick Dacos can bring it wide. No, ball told to go back. Clock stops at the 21.5 minute mark, final quarter.
Get the footy back, have some game awareness.
Well, you call that play on because he's going sideways with the ball. Yeah, and the players chase him. Well, it's got to be 50 because he's gone over the mark. But anyway,
Nick Dacos, middle of the ground, has it. 22 minutes gone.
Top of the
Sydney
square.
by 21 points. He's tried the torp. As Sydney tried to punch the ball away. Ginnivan comes through. Did he get it high? Play on is the call. Sydney released the ball. This is going to be the first one of the day to get knocked off for deliberate. Hoskin Elliott to take it. Well, it's that sort of player, Hoskin Elliott, Shorey.
Yeah, it's not a bad pocket from here. I reckon have a dip at this.
He's going to set it up, top of the square. Collingwood need a grab. And they've got it! I check. It's going to be paid. He's got it.
Well done.
So he's dead in front of goal.
Plenty of time. 5.5 minutes.
21 points the margin. Myercheck will narrow it to 2.5 goals. 15 out, dead in front for Collingwood.
Is there another twist in this tone?
Fair to say we've had one or two twists so far this quarter. So 15 points is the margin. Jimmy Bartell, some numbers please. Important ones for First National Real Estate.
Oh, well, they've dominated field position. Sydney had the last 5 minutes down their end, but most this quarter, it's all been about Collingwood's run. Nick Dacos, the half forward, he's coming up really high. He's been a link man. Pendlebury keeps getting the footy. It's just encouraged them to take the game forward and put some pressure on the Swans backline. They can't get set. 11 inside forward 50s each, but tackles. Sydney's doing a lot of hard work tackling. They've had 17 to 14, but Collingwood winning the contested possession and disposals in this quarter.
Is there a miracle coming? 15 points is the margin. Sydney leads, but it's a narrow 15. Who can win the ball out of the middle of the ground? Parker has it, has to release it. It's going to be turned over. It's a free kick, Collingwood, one of the two. Cameron, middle of the ground, handball. Goes to Pendlebury. Spearing kick. Hoskin Elliott. No. Well done by Blakey. 30 metres out. Collingwood are into attack. Blakey's on the ball. Stripped of it by Elliott. Tackle. Dropped it. Free kick Sydney.
Gee, that mark of Hoskin Elliott, that's just a release of pressure for the Swans.
So Goulden's kicked the halfback. Taken by Florent. Florent short the Fox. He's an option. Not a convincing one. Florent pulls something off it. Heaney's in right position here. Excellent effort, Noble. Made the spoil legitimately. Ball out of bounds on the wing. For Pilot Medical, Cox is gone with a groin strain and adducted for Reid. Reid at half-time, Cox early third quarter.
Heaney's limping too, Tony, so whether he's cramping up, I think he is. He's cramping up at centre forward.
So it's a 15-point lead to Sydney. Collingwood on the wing win it. De Goey's hopeful handball missed. Hayward able to pick it up. A one-on-one battle here. Franklin knocks it to the front of the pack. Parker, bad bounce, allows Cameron halfback to win it to De Goey to Pendlebury. Pendlebury to Josh Dacos. Oh, it's really opened up for the Pies. Round the body, I love the kick. Can it be a mark? It should be Hoskin Elliott. Didn't mark, recovered first. 40 out, round the body, Hoskin Elliott for a goal. Back to 9 points. Hoskin Elliott.
That's his second.
Second, thanks, Tone. 14-11-95 Sydney. Pies within 9 points. 13-8-86, Jim, on the car next door scoreboard.
Well, Darcy Moore again, just one-on-one. Big contest, brought the ball forward. We know Pendlebury will make the right decision. And McCreary jumping up and down, wanting the ball lateral and sideways. Just get inside forward 50, mate, and let Dacos make the decision. I thought Hoskin Elliott there, sure, he might have just dropped should have dropped the pudding, but can't complain about the butter up. It was a magnificent snap.
Well, he's the one they haven't put time into, the last two inside 50s. He should have marked before too, Jimmy. So, tell you what, 4 minutes on the clock. They've got to hold up. They need a goal, the Swans. I'm pretty sure they need a goal to win this.
Back in the middle of the ground. Hickey, Cameron. Sydney probably win it. Parker off the deck, wins about 20 metres. Ball bouncing around. Goulden able to pick it up, not quite. And there will be a stoppage between wing and half forward, but only barely.
Do they drop one behind play now, Jimmy, you think? The Swans
Callum
try
Mills
and pull a half forward?
Well, Callum Mills is normally the man that they do it with.
Yeah, he's going back there now.
He seems to have gone out of the game, Mills. Pendlebury, wonderful row bottom. He has it, he's tackled, he's gone.
Mills has gone back there right now. He's out, Elliott's pulled back now.
Side bottom, the advantage. He's mucked it up, then Papley tried to handball it away. Lloyd, everyone losing their head. They go forward, the Swans. Cameron, centre halfback, takes the grab. Margin is 9 points in favour of Sydney. 27 minutes gone, final quarter. Oh, the kick just carried and barely so to Nick Dacos. Almost lazily goes backwards towards Noble. Howe free on the wing, comes out that way. Howe can mark, McDonald forced to chase. Howe can bring it inboards. Again, Collingwood inside 50. Who can get there? Offhands the ball goes, front of the pack, Pendlebury. Takes his time, sets it up yet again. Cameron, high kick toward full forward. Pack of players there. Back of the pack, dangerous bounce. Tom McCartan, good handball. Goes to Florence. Kick was partially smothered. Side bottom pick up. Side bottom around the body for a goal. Peel Sidebottom has gold at the 28-minute mark, final quarter for Collingwood. It is now a 3-point game in favour of the Swans. 14-11-95 to 14-8-92. Car next door scoreboard, Jimmy Bartell.
As they always say, if you're not having a great night, don't have a stinker. And Brody Mychek, that was your moment. Massive smother on the goal line, which only managed for Florence Kick just to squirt out about 10-15 metres, which Sidebottom was able to cleanly get onto his boots so quick. But well done, Brody Mychek. Just keep yourself in the contest because your moment will come.
Boys, help us out. I don't think Collingwood's been in front all day.
No.
And they've got within 3 points. Back in the middle of the ground. Big one to be won in the middle. Parker, the sideways clearance. Nick Dacos takes the mark. Josh takes the mark, I should say. Long into the forward line. Who's coming at it hard? Ball knocked away by Tom McCann. They should rush it through Sydney Swans. They do, under pressure.
Hey, Tone.
Oh,
Which one?
Both years. Twin Tonys. 129 minutes the Swans have been in front.
It's a 2-point margin
129.
now. Sydney goes short to Blakey.
Yeah, Kruger's got to be smart on the mark here. Don't go until the up now, just to pressure him up the line.
Blakey's kick. Paddy McCartan in front, lost his footing. Ball on the deck. Crisp goes hard. Equally hard was Rowbottom over the ball. Crisp picks it up. Partially knocked down his handball. Parker, the handball to Warner. Warner's got a little bit of time. Outside of the right boot toward the wing. Franklin's taken the grab. Being told to slow the ball up. Not yet, Lance. They still need a goal. Oh, McInerney's on his own if he looks right. Like the kid's pantomime saying to the hero, look behind the couch. He's saying, where?
Now they've got to be smart here, Collingwood. Look behind play. You just don't want the Swans to keep possession by kicking backwards like this to Rampy.
So Rampy's got a 2 points the margin. We're at the 30-minute mark, final quarter, 95 to 93. Rampy in no great hurry to get rid of it.
He just looked to the bench, Tony, to find out what the time was, so he knows exactly the situation.
I can tell you, it's 29 minutes to 8. Rampy's kick forward, great mark, Hickey in a pack for the Swans.
Now the umpy's got to call this play on quick. He's not allowed to take 30 seconds here. So as soon as the umpire says you're about, he's played on already.
They've lost control, this a bit, the umpires.
So Hickey's kick, they need to grab Sydney to win it. Can they get one? Ball spills, back of the pack. Maynard's kicked it toward the boundary line. Josh Dacos couldn't complete the mark. Ball out of bounds inside, attacking 50 for the Swans. 30 and a half minutes gone. Sydney by 2 points.
Under a minute time.
They have it at the right end of the ground. 45 around from the Swans goal, but they don't look likely. Collingwood's the one who've got the run in the legs, and they're going to win it. Chris tries to shovel to Goey. A little toe poke going forward that time, Chris. Waiting back there, Lloyd, dispossessed. Collingwood win the footy this time. Around the body to half foot. Kruger, a chance. Pack collapses at centre half forward. Florence kick. Charged down by De Goey. De Goey runs hard. Goes to the ground. Over the top of him, the players go. Umpire's not going to play a free kick, Shorey. We get a stoppage. I thought De Goey drew a high contact.
I tell you, Mychek got hurt there, boys. De Goey, I reckon that late tackle. When the player went in, you've got to protect the head. But anyway, we play on.
Ball's tossed up. Collingwood deep into attack. Nick Dacos has it. He's tackled. No. It's
taking
a
the play out of the
stoppage.
whistle.
2 points is Sydney's margin. Collingwood have to get clean possession and goal here, and then they'll be in the grand final. Sydney have to hold on. Ball slapped forward. Chance for Warner, can't get there. Crisp around the body. It's going close. Kruger. Fox knocks it away. They need a clean possession. Tackle was McInerney, 10 metres out. They're going to try and concede the behind. They've knocked it into the post, the Sydney defenders.
That's it,
it is now a 1 point game. 14-11-95 to 14-10-94. 45,604 will remember this as one of the great finals the AFL have had in its history, as Lloyd kicks long and the Swans are in the grand final. 11.95 the Swans. Collingwood 14-10.94. Sydney and Collingwood have turned on a classic. To 14-11.95 Sydney, 14-10.94 Collingwood. 3 to Papley, 2 to Franklin, and a whole range of singles for Collingwood. 2 to Jamie Elliott, McCreary, Hoskin Elliott, and some singles there. They trailed by 23 at three-quarter time. Collingwood couldn't get there. Sydney by a point. It is times like this when the most facile of comments need to be made, Shorey, and that is, well, there you go.
What a game of football. I think Sydney deserved to win this game in the entirety of the game, but gee, I'm so proud of my club and how they've just done this all year, the belief that they can stay in games when they didn't look like it in the first half. The third quarter, there was a shift in momentum. They won the quarter by 7 points only, but you could just see what was happening. And gee, there was a couple of little incidents, and no one, I don't think the umpires cost anybody the game in this one. This is just one of the greatest finals you've seen. We've seen some of the great, this is the best final series I can remember in my time in football. I know last night was a bit of a disappointment, probably not for Geelong fans, but oh boy, two sides who deserve the right to play off in this game. A lot of heroes out there, Tone, we'll talk about a bit later, but blokes who just, I thought, Darcy Moore, I thought he was just unbelievable in that second half of football, but boy, you don't get the opportunities come every year, and the Pies so close on this one to get to the last dance, and it's not going to be, so you've got to work so hard to get there again, but I am so proud of that club and what they've achieved this year.
14-11.95, the Sydney Swans defeat Collingwood by a point. 14-10.94, Jimmy Bartell, you've been there, you've done it.
You're still catching your breath. With Shorey, I think the umpires did put the whistle away. If the umpire, like you did throughout the whole entire year, there was quite a number of free kicks there that would have been plucked, but it was consistent for both sides, I guess you could say, especially in the last quarter. Look, they got their forward momentum. It was like they were playing downhill there for the last 15 minutes, the Swans, and you thought, could they get there? But I'm not a Collingwood fan like you, Shorey, but geez, they've been bloody impressive and fun to watch. As a footy fan, as I am, I've thoroughly enjoyed the way they play, their young guys, their excitement. They're willing to keep boxing on and taking the game on. They've been magnificent, but to the Swans, well drilled, well organised. You have to tip your cap. A couple of years ago, we thought they were going to be down the bottom for some time, and they blooded a stack of young players through Bubble Cup and the year after. You see those guys, McInerney and alike. I'm talking about that age bracket. Florent, Rowbottom, Haywood, all these guys. They're now 60 to 90 game players, and it just shows. Like in big moments, they're pretty composed, but geez, they're made to work for it.
Hey Jimmy, I'm just watching the ground now, and we know the Swans, they'll keep it pretty low key, and they've got another game to play, but I'm watching the Collingwood boys. They're all been standing up. They didn't go to the ground when it happened, and they're walking around the ground now thanking the supporters, and the supporters are on their feet, so it just shows the respect that this group's won And as I said, as a Collingwood person, I'm pretty proud of what happened. But like I said, they don't come very often, Jimmy, and you miss out in the opportunity, and so many things have to work so hard to get you again.
Yeah, well, football's not linear, is it, Shuri? Like, you can't just expect, well, the next step for us is grand final. Like, you need a lot of luck with injuries, form. You get on the right side of the draw, if you will, in the final. So you've got to go back to the well, and that's the tough bit. That's the mental aspect of the game. You've got to go back and you've got to face where you can all each get better and then where you can get better as a team, and you front up again. But look, there's so many ticks and positives for the Pies. They've rediscovered some guys. I think some guys were found back to their best, or if not better. If you look like Elliott, we thought we'd never see the best of him. He was magnificent this year. Mason Cox has rediscovered himself as more as a ruck and forward with his partnership with Cameron. And, Pendlebury will play to his 80. Crisp, I reckon, has even gotten better again, now almost as a permanent mid. And there's just so many good stories. And the Swans are going to be just as good a match for the Cats as well, because all the numbers, if the Cats are 1 or 2, the Swans are right up there in all those key statistics and areas. They'll led really well at the start of the game. It was Mills, Parker, the Chad, Warner, but they faded out as the game went, as Collingwood came. But they've got some stars themselves, the Swans, who will take it up to the Cats next week.
Well, the big one with Sammy Reid out, that's a massive, because he's just been so good. And it just means one more dangerous player that allows, not being there if he doesn't get through, that allows the Geelong side to, play off like they like to play off. Just one thing out of the game, which I think we've got to look at as a whole game, the on the mark 50-metre penalties, to take one step off the mark. And I know Collingwood had 4, but again I say the umpires didn't cost Collingwood the game. They cost themselves with how they started, and they worked their way in it. But we've got to look at this rule, because it just can have a massive impact even on games like it did today. And again I say, no umpire's fault, and it didn't cost Collingwood the game, but it's just so much of a big infringement and a big penalty for a small infringement, if that.
Keep going, Jim. Just to let everyone know, the boys, the Sydney Swans, are just about to come to the race. We'll get the song live, but Collingwood, absolute respect that they have received. You're right, Shuri, this year, as the song reverberates around the SCG again.
And Crispy's getting, he's played his 200th game. He'll probably be favourite for the Copeland Trophy again.
So the Swans, as both Campbell and Stevens, Warner embrace each other, and there is some disbelief. He always felt, Shuri, forget about what Collingwood's done this year, specific to this game, they always looked like they could put a couple together, and when they got so close, they've lost by a point, Collingwood.
They're all hugging Josh Kennedy down here, Tone, right in front of us. We're about 50 metres away from it. I think they want to put him up on this shot, and so he should. Josh Kennedy, we know, he did his hamstring again this week.
So, did he really?
Yes, he did. No, he's finished, and he knows that. But they want to make sure that they can give him the honour that he deserves.
Also, gentlemen, Reid missed their last grand final. So,
2016?
Yes, and so I guess the story for both sides is, can Max Holmes get up in the shortest time frame possible for a hamstring? And we're not quite sure the incident that caused Reid's injury, but he's just walking around with the group as we still see. But so maybe it might be too bad. But all the theatre goers have hung around to see Josh Kennedy off.
Yeah, well
magnificent.
And he's about to be lifted up, Shuri. What a fabulous player he's been.
Oh, what a beast! He played centre forward a number of games with them when he was out of the midfield, but probably around 6'3", great body, beautiful hands from the contest. He always kicked the ball fairly well too, but well done. He's a star. He's been a star, and unfortunately he just won't get. And he's holding his shirt out in front and saying, "I love this jumper." This is what makes our sport, makes all sport great, doesn't it?
It does. He's warmly embraced Josh Kennedy, leading his side in front of Luke Parker up the race, to the applause of everyone here. 45,604. It's more disbelief than relief, surely, for the Swans to lead all day and scrape in by a point.
Gee, you could see it changing though, didn't you? 10 minutes into the third, you thought, hold on, this is coming. They're getting out of that back half like they've never done before. They won the contested possession, which Sydney based their game on a hell of a lot. It was just brilliant.
It was. We're off air at 8 o'clock. If we get some time to take a call on the Nick Theodosi Prestige Cars open line, we shall. We do know that Sunday Sport, you lads will be doing plenty of it tomorrow on...
Just a reminder on the tip. Someone tipped the Swans by point. Just didn't want to bring that up again.
Yes, as they all...
Well, I picked Collingwood by 1 point too, so it was only 2 points off, Jim.
Yeah. As they link arm down in the rooms. And the Sydney Swans will play Geelong. And 2:30 MCG next Saturday afternoon. And well, we only got a Sue song of it, but that was it. The Sydney Swans song will play, we promise, up to 8 o'clock. Well done, Swannies. Well done, Collingwood. 14-11-95 Sydney Swans, Collingwood 14-10-94 across Australia. All thanks to Macca's, one of the great games of all time. You are listening to 3AW Football.
A few moments ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
On the 8th of September 2022, the royal family announced the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The world says a final farewell to Britain's longest ever reigning monarch. Join us for a special broadcast of the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II, Monday from 7 p.m. on 3AW.
Score a great deal at Dan Murphy's for the footy finals. Beat the crowd and shop online at danmurphys.com.au for delivery in under 2 hours or pick up in under 30 minutes. Kick off the footy finals at Dan Murphy's. Conditions apply. Choose to drink wise.
Boys, who here had a good night's sleep last night? As I look around, I know you didn't, Matty. And Shorey shaking his head no. Well, it probably won't surprise you that a recent Sleep Health Awareness in Australia report suggested almost 3 million Australians may have some degree of sleep apnea, and as many as 8 in 10 of them with the condition don't even realise that they have it. And it's not something that should be taken lightly either. Sleep apnea is a chronic health disorder with symptoms such as sleep disruption, snoring, daytime sleepiness. If you're having trouble sleeping or you're waking up feeling tired, ResMed has a free online sleep assessment that you can take right now to help you learn more about your sleep. Simply go to resmed.com.au for all the details. That's resmed.com.au.
It's Tyre Power's Big Footy Final Sale. To kick things off, you can get the power to buy 3 and get 1 free on selected Toyo passenger car and SUV tyres. Tyre Power's Big Footy Final Sale can't last. Visit tyrepower.com.au now.
This car's earning money. So's this car. And this car. Thanks to Car Next Door, your car could be paying for heaps of stuff you love. Car Next Door is the app that lets you earn money by renting your car out to locals. Bookings are managed via one simple app, and contactless pickup with instant keys means you don't even have to meet the borrower. Search Car Next Door to find out how to start earning.
G'day, it's Mark Taylor. Want to kick some healthy living goals? Well, why not join the tens of thousands of Aussie blokes who are already using Light and Easy to help them stay healthy, enjoy more free time, and even lose a few kilos. It's convenient, tasty, and really healthy. I love it. No shakes, no classes, just your choice of over 235 delicious meals delivered to your door. Check out Light and Easy's huge range of meals at lightandeasy.com.au.
Bunnings has the lowest prices and makes it possible to get outside and get those projects started.
Time to clean up the garden with a Sherlock 80-litre polytray wheelbarrow for just $135 and get it done the easy way with a plastic leaf rake for only $4.47. That's right, just $4.47. where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, available for same-day delivery or collection, we'll beat it by 10%. Conditions apply. See website for details. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
$14.11.95 to $14.10.94. The margins. 21 at quarter time to the Swans, 30 at half time to the Swans. They got it out to 36. But you could just sense Collingwood working their way back into it. 23 points the margin at three-quarter time. 1 point the margin. 4 goals, 5 Collingwood in the last quarter to 1 goal, 1.
Yep.
May well tell us a tale. The injury report, the main injury will concern Sam Reid, who has an adductor strain. We don't know how significant it is, that he was moving around relatively with no discomfort whatsoever. I don't know how you read that, but no doubt, Jim, you'll have more on that tomorrow on Sunday Sport. Just quickly go through our individual awards. Mark of the day, thanks to Foodworks. Shop local and save at your neighbourhood Foodworks. Jim, I'll leave it to you because there were just so many crunching marks late in the last quarter. And while people may not think it was a mark, the most significant mark that was paid was the Papley one right there. I'm not saying it was a mark, I'm just saying it was the most significant one that was paid. Goal of the day, thanks to Sheen Panel Service. I'm still on Chad Warner. Thanks, boys. Call 1300 Repair and they'll take care of your process start to finish. We got one to beat Chad Warner in the second half, boys?
No, we'll go with that.
It's the Chad.
It is the Chad. Time now for each of you boys to announce your Honda's most reliable and durable player of the night. Get your garden on with Honda's lawn and garden power equipment range. Most durable for Honda according to you and reliable. Jimmy Bartel, you can go first.
Can I pick one from each side?
Yeah, please. That sort of game.
Yeah, I'm going to go Callum Mills. I thought he started the game brilliantly for the Swans, set up behind the footy. I'm going to go him, and it's hard to go past Jack Crisp for me. 29 touches, goal. He just doesn't stop running, that bloke.
Shorey?
Yeah, I'll go too. I'll go Mills, but I'm going Darcy Moore. I thought his second half, and I think Collingwood will look to that setup that they had with Maynard on Buddy about how it started, because that's, in the end, to have to fight back from that level, that was the reason I think that they didn't win the game, in that they got a good start with that. The matchup, you call it wide, but it didn't work, and I thought Moore in that second half was unbelievable.
A little bit of self-praise, even though self-praise sure he is, no praise. It is just the start of the game, when we were all opining about how this game may play out.
Jimmy, who are you tipping and what sort of a margin today, do you reckon?
Swans by 1 point.
And that it was.
It happened.
Had it gone another minute, sure, it would have been Collingwood by 1 point.
Well, where's mine? Were you going to play more? No, okay.
Here is...
So that's what happens when you don't win, Tone. No one remembers you in about half. Tomorrow, no one will remember you.
On the Hume Highway, you are, Shorey, with the rest of the fans.
I'll remember you forever, Shorey.
Jimmy.
I'll remember you forever, sure, if you buy us a soft drink when we finish up here.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Here is Sydney champion Lance Franklin post-game.
What a finish. Wow. That's right under our boys. Geez, they fought hard. They're a really good team, and we knew they were going to come. And they did. I reckon we're lucky to hang on there, but we take the winner into a grand final. So it's been an unbelievable season. We've got so many young players coming through, playing some really good football. So it's just good to be a part of it.
And what about your mindset with 10 seconds to go? I see you looking at your bench, just screaming how long's left. You knew that they were coming, as you said. So
it felt longer than 30 seconds, that's for sure. So, yeah.
What's the most pleasing aspect to this win?
We're into a grand final. I think that's the most pleasing thing, That's what we play footy for, is to play in grand finals. So we get an opportunity to go down there against Geelong. They've been an unbelievable team this year, so we're going to have to be at our best to win next week.
And what about this crowd? The second prelim, the first since 96. Insane.
Unbelievable. The Sydney Swans supporters are just amazing. Collingwood came out in numbers today, but yeah, it was just awesome just to get the win and play finals at the SCG. There's nothing better.
It certainly is a unique experience up here, Shorey, and the fact that we were lucky enough to witness it, a one-point game, absolutely brilliant stuff. Just on the Nick Theodosi Prestige Cars open line, 133 693. Nick Theodosi, a great supporter of 3AW, and they're celebrating 51 years in North Melbourne. Siv joins us now. Siv, you must be thrilled a bit.
I certainly am. I'm going to keep this real brief because I know you're running up to the clock here, fellas, but what a game. Well done, Johnny Longmire. What a legend. And I've got to also say as well, commiserations to Collingwood. Better luck next year. But as far as my boy's concerned, you have done well, fellas. You're living to fight another game, and hopefully you'll beat the Cats. Sorry, Dennis Walter. But there you are.
Yeah, cut that call off there.
That is 45,604 got here today,
Two Tones, which sounds like a law firm or an Italian pizza pasta
I go, you know what it'd be for the pizza? It'd either be Fat Tony's or Big Tones. Thank you very much.
Two Tones. Just a bit of credit to yourself, Tone. We had a pilot injury update there. Matty Granlin, tonsils down, but magnificent calling by yourself. You know, you can't give yourself praise, as you said. No praise like self-praise, but
self-praise is no praise. That is very true.
Yes. So the other Tone, your partner in the pizza shop, and I giving you a little bit of praise for closing out the last 10 to 20 minutes. Well done, Tone.
Thank you, Jim. I really appreciate that. Let's go to Daniel. Welcome to you, Daniel.
Good evening, guys. Look, really disappointed, Collingwood supporter. I'm desperate to get an expert's opinion on the umpiring. I know it's a really easy thing to go to, but that Papley decision, when Darcy Moore got pushed in the back and the ball fell to the ground, was detrimental. When it's a one-point game, if that was in the workplace, I'd get sacked. I would get sacked.
Well, I'll go to our two experts, and we do thank the support of Shannon's Motorsport Australia, the Motorsport Australia. It's on at Sandown this weekend. Jim, you go first.
Stiff to get sacked for pushing someone in the back in the goal square. Look, we have the advantage of multiple replays, but it didn't look good. Not only did he have one go, he had two goes, and then the mark was questionable, but there's bad decisions everywhere. There was plenty of opportunities for Collingwood. They're brave, but I was a bit with Shorey. I don't want to speak for you, Shorey, but I didn't feel like the umpires were the factor. They did miss a lot, but I don't think they were the factor.
No. That was a bad decision. That was in the back, and I don't think he marked the ball either. But no way known. It was the start of that game that cost Collingwood, and the umpires never had an impact then. And I think they'll look at that matchup situation we called pretty early and say, should we have gone with it? Did it work? Well, it didn't work. And then they had to play catch up, which is they've done it all year, but they didn't get to the line. So the umpires didn't cause this result.
Yeah, well, thanks Shannon's Motorsport Australia Championships for your support of both Jim and you, Tone, this afternoon. It's another day of the Motorsport Championships. Sandown tomorrow, motorsporttickets.com.au should you wish to go. This would be the hardest thing, I think, because, as you know, we give our votes out to on a 5-4-3-2-1 base. I won't get you to do that. But had this been a home and away game, Jim, who do you think would have got your 5 votes?
Geez, it's actually really difficult.
Because I know we're not thinking of doing a best of field, but
2 different halves, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I would have gone Mills, Jimmy, just to help you out. I just think the whole game he was there still.
Yeah, Mills, Warner was dynamic, but went out of the game late. Darcy Moore was fantastic. Crisp and Pendlebury were most consistent for the Pies throughout the night. I'll say Mills.
I'd say Scott Pendlebury, given the fact that they've played 3 games, he's been the best performer of the final series.
Papley, even with that goal that we didn't, mightn't have been, he was dangerous all night. He's the one that he's a good player and he's dangerous. And
3 goals too, 16 touches.
So that's a big return for a small forward. We know what he does.
He gets in the Tony Leonard votes.
Yeah, he does. The Pendleburys, the
Papleys,
the Papleys.
Yeah.
Hey,
Gary Ayres.
Jim, just again, this is the 5-8 reaction. They're into the grand final, the Sydney Swans. This has been a hard game. It's clearly not difficult coming up for a grand final, but how is the week played? Is anything done at all to these players?
What do you mean? What is
Geelong was very much straightforward last night.
Yeah.
We know that. But Sydney have had a gut buster tonight.
Yeah, look, at rest and recovery, you're not doing much as far as your training loads during the week anyway, so it'll be all just get them down to the beach. They've got the advantage of the good weather up there in Sydney. It's a bit warmer. They'll spend the next couple of days recovering, then preparing for the catch. You come down, you just embrace the last couple of days leading into the grand final. Look, the Cats still had a solid hit out, but nowhere near as probably, as you said, emotionally draining as this game.
Indeed, Shorey.
Oh, you've got to go with the Cats. You've got to go with. I just think they're a different team. I think they spread the load more. I think, Holmes being out is a big loss for him because he has helped Atkins not just depend on Selwood and that. They spread it a lot more. And Jimmy talked about Zach Guthrie. He's matured to become a very good defender. So that's another good defender in Ori, which is a very good 6. So, no, I think they'll get it done.
So convincing, in fact, a massacre last night, Geelong over Brisbane. Here was one of the beauties. We'd hoped it would give it out. And even had Collingwood not got to within a point, you just knew that they were never going away and fighting out to the end. But it was so exciting, the finish. And it behoves upon me to thank everyone here, Ross, our techo up in Sydney, to everyone at 3AW behind the scenes today, whether it's Craig or Jimmy or Doss or whoever, you know, boys, what I'll think of you. So thank you for that. And, of course, our wonderful listeners. But a special one to my dear friend Matty Granlund, because, Matt, get over that. You'll be working on next Saturday. Nothing's worse than pulling a hamstring early stages of the last quarter. Sydney by a point. What a game it's been. All thanks to Mac, as you have been listening to. And we'll all next week to 3AW Football.